Hello, listening people.
Hello?
You're listening to Spit and Polish Presents Unappreciated Masterpieces. I am one of your hosts, Ryan Swinski.
And I'm his friend.
Do you have a name, though?
Yeah, of course I have a name. I'm born.
Okay, hi, Born. Great to have you as a friend and co-host.
Well, friend's my last name.
Born Friend.
Yeah.
Hello, Born Friend.
Hi.
So, Born Friend, we are Spit and Polish liking.
I sometimes go by Bartek.
But just Born, usually.
Yeah, Born Friend.
We're out of Bort license plates. So, it's great to have you on, Born.
It's Bortek.
Bortek or Borntech. So, Borntech, it's great to have you on. We are Spit and Polish likingly because we are always spitting and we both happen to be Polish.
As you can tell by our names.
Especially Born.
Yeah.
And we talk about movies on our show, Unappreciated Masterpieces. Is that not right?
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of movies are Unappreciated Masterpieces? For those who aren't in the know.
For those that want to take those words literally, you
Which
can.
you should.
You can, because that's what they are. Unappreciated masterpieces. But you might be asking, that's bad English. And a masterpiece is a film that is a masterpiece. Fantastic, well-regarded, good.
Yeah.
But unappreciated kind of implies the opposite of those. You know, non-fantastic, non-well-regarded, non-good.
Non-recognized for being all of those great things.
That's a good word.
Yeah. I made it.
So what does it mean when something's an unappreciated masterpiece? Is it an oxymoron? No, but you're not a moron for thinking that, Oxy. An unappreciated masterpiece is a film that is great, but no one's talking about. No one's appreciating it. No one is talking about how much we should appreciate it. Except those two guys that do that show. Wait, that's us.
That's us.
Yeah. Oh, this is the show where we do that.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
we talk about these movies in the audio commentary fashion. We'll be beginning that after we say what the movie is and who our guest is, because we do have a guest,
Yeah.
but they're going to wait.
And after you say one and play.
Yeah, and I do a little countdown. So, Bartek, what is the movie that we are going to be covering on the show today?
Well, Ryan, you said movie, but it's an
Film.
unappreciated masterpiece.
I thought you were going to be saying, well, I'm Born. I don't know who this Bartek is.
No, I already said it's my nickname. Though.
I know. I'm sorry, Born. Continue on. What's the film?
The film that we are doing in this episode of Unappreciated Masterpieces is Dukovie Hazardu.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
It was very expressive.
Dukovie Hazardu?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you acting so weird, Ryan?
Are you speaking English? Or
It's a title.
are you... Okay, it's not English. Polish? Is that Polish? I don't speak Polish.
Yeah, Dukovie Hazardu.
Okay, it sounds different this time you say
Well,
it.
it's because I hesitated.
Well, fuck.
Because I was weirded out by you.
You don't know how to speak Polish when you're hesitant, and I don't know how to speak Polish when
no,
I
you
don't
can-
know. So
Hesitating
I guess...
doesn't mean that you can't speak. It just means that you say it a bit weird.
Ah.
Listen, Ryan. Dukovie Hazardu.
Okay. If I had to guess, can I get a year, at least when the film came out?
I think it's 2005.
Oh, he doesn't know. Okay, 2005. Thinking, it was after 9/11, so it can't be a comedy, because as we know, Roger Ebert said comedies shouldn't exist because 9/11, so comedies don't exist. So...
Put on your thinking boots that are made for walking.
Ah, okay, I got it. Captain Phillips. We're doing Captain Phillips, the Tom Hanks movie. I got it, nailed
that was
it.
from like 2014, 2015.
Oh, you're right, and it was a comedy.
Yes.
Okay,
just
you
like The
got me
Martian.
there. Yes, it was.
It won the Golden
And that
Globe.
starred your brother, Matt.
Yeah,
So,
Matt Friend.
Matt Friend, who played the Bourne. So,
Well, Bourne's my first name.
yeah, but that's maybe his first name. Isn't that what the Bourne identity is all about? Discovering that his
What was
first
his name?
name is Bourne and his last name is Jason?
I haven't seen them, but yeah, I thought his name was Jason.
No, that's his last name.
Oh, so that's his identity.
He just goes by that. People call him like how you... Yeah, so Bart's like, I don't know. You have to tell me.
What,
2005?
Dukovie Hazardu?
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, you don't... Wait, do you speak Polish?
No, I don't. Even though I am Polish, don't speak it.
Why didn't you say so earlier? I would have told you that it's the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
Starring our homeboy, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Now, is this movie sung and told by Burt Reynolds?
Unfortunately not.
Dang it. But we have to have someone to help sing and tell the audience about how great this movie is, right?
The guy that voiced Patrick from SpongeBob?
Yeah, why not? Why not him?
This will make no sense to anyone who hasn't listened to the first episode of the Mystery Box.
The Legend of Frosty the Snowman, yeah. No, introduce our guest. Who is this mysterious being? They've been sitting here patiently, trying not to breathe. I look at, they fingered you, apparently. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not Freddy.
And it's really weird because I'm in the middle, too, so he has to, like, bend over to finger you, which is awkward for me, because I'm just here, like, here's an arm. But what's happening? So who is it? Who's fingering Bartek this episode? Is it Freddy? Maybe the sequel to Freddy Got Fingered is Freddy is fingering. That would be a great...
That is a twist.
Hey, Tom Green, I know you're listening. You got nothing much else to do. Not only should you advocate to get the green cut, you know how there's a full-length director's cut that has yet to be released.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm looking forward to it.
They're never going to release it, but because it's Freddy Got Fingered. But we're not joined by Freddy Got Fingered. We're joined by...
Listening people, we are joined by special guest who's been on the show twice before. And this is their third time.
Three times a lady.
Well, he's not a lady.
Oh, it's a boy.
Very boy. Our guest this episode is the wonderful Nathan Malloy.
Oh, why, thank you. But we've got Born on today, so I don't even know why I turned up.
I know.
The man of the hours here.
Well,
It's like,
the
what's
man.
the point?
I've been on
man,
every
the
episode,
legend.
though, so it's not that special.
Well, no, Bartek's been on every episode. We got Born today.
Well, Bartek's his nickname.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You've known him pretty much your whole life as Bartek,
yeah,
but
ever
we know
since,
him as
like,
Born.
14, 15 years old.
That's your whole life. You're 20. You're like in your mid-20s now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude. That's 10 years. That's
It is.
half your span.
Happy anniversary.
So, guys, get your copy of the film The Dukes of Hazzard from 2005.
Dukovia Hazardu.
It's a masterclass of cinema. The one with Johnny Knoxville, Sean William Scott, Burt Reynolds, and of course, Willie Nelson. It's weird that they got him to play Daisy. I thought it was very strange. And they got Jessica to
Simpson
play
did a really good boss hog. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say their uncle. It would be great if Jessica...
She played Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse. Because she's Jessica Simpson.
Oh, that's a good point.
They don't even change her name.
Then who plays Boss Hog?
Well, obviously, Danny DeVito, one of the options they had for the role, but they went with Burt Reynolds, who sings and tells us the story about Legend of Frosty the Snowman. Right?
Yeah.
In his great film, Fireball Mudflap, which is a great Simpsons reference for all you Simpsons fans out there.
Like Jessica Simpson?
Yes! Come on, that was a high five one.
Oh, you didn't think of that? Okay.
No, I just wanted to let you have it.
Oh.
Alright, so
You're a
get your
good
copy
friend.
ready, because I'm going to do a countdown from 3. I'm going to go down to 1 and then say play, and you're going to press play at the same time, and hopefully we are synced up with one another.
Now, before we start, what version of the movie are we
We're watching the unrated cut. This cut is the one with boobs in it.
Blasphemous.
Boobs,
Like
boobs.
You mean the tatas?
What?
Boobies.
Whoa.
Boobs. Boob 3, boob 2, boob 1,
The
boob
sequels of our generation.
play.
No, that was
So,
a countdown.
Guys, we are 2 seconds in, 3 seconds in, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds. I skipped 5 there, and 7, 8. We are 8 seconds there. Good. Warner Brothers,
Polish
nailing it.
Jews.
They are Polish Jews.
Mm-hmm.
We covered this in our episode of Dickie Roberts quite heavily, in which I played one of them, I'm pretty sure.
I remember we played the Warner Brothers in the Surf Ninjas episode.
Oh, fuck, Surf Ninjas. Sorry.
we were talking about Adam Sandler
the
and-
Dickie one is where we did the
Whammo.
court case of Whammo. So, welcome to Hazzard County.
Thank you.
Okay, when the first time I saw this feels like a Christian dating website promo to me.
Wow. So, that answers a lot about what Malloy does online.
Yeah,
But-
I know. Everyone's looking for those country folk, but no, just this whole.
Oh, I thought you just looked for promos.
Oh no, okay, fair enough.
I thought he was just looking for Christians. Just,
Always go out your comfort zone, but no, I mean. The whole thing was absurd. It was amazing. And can I just say... I'll
allow it.
Oh, why, thank you. I love the fact the amount of practical effects throughout this whole entire film is absolutely astounding to me.
Well, I didn't look anything up about the stunts, but do you think Johnny Knoxville did his own stunts in this movie or in movies in general? Because I ask this because I never watched any of the Jackass series or movies, and I know they are stunts technically, but their stunts actually involve hurting themselves, while stunt work actually is about not hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So
If you're
would
gonna
he
be
be
dumb, you gotta be
competent
tough.
at stunts?
That's a good question. Yeah, because in the credits we see outtakes of like failed attempts, and it seemed like there was a lot of like harnesses going on, like when they were climbing the fence, and
Oh, yeah.
when the car would land, it looked like it would just like move on its own. So I don't know if he would have been doing those things practically, but I think he'd be capable because he can take a hit.
He can take a hit to the groin. He broke his dick.
I read that he tore his urethra, in fact.
That's breaking his dick, right?
Yeah, but like breaking right in there, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Johnny...
did they ever say what he actually did to do that? Because that's
just sex
insane.
real
Apparently,
hard.
he was in one of the jackasses.
Just fucking fucked real hard, and the problem was what he was fucking was just a car. No, that's Sean William Scott's
All
character.
right.
So I'm gonna ask the obvious question, and usually this is a two-parter question. So really two questions because this is an adaptation of a pre-existing thing. What is our history with this movie, and what is the history with the original TV show, if we have any? Bartek?
Original TV show, pretty much nothing. I'd known about it, and I've, like, through pop culture stuff, heard, like, little things like, shorts being called Daisy Dukes, and it having a narrator who's always talking about them Duke boys are at it again.
No, Duke boys.
Yeah, not much there. The film I'd heard about back when it was, running in cinemas. I'd seen, like, parodies of the These Boots Are Made for Walking music video, which I always assumed was in the film on, like, Mad TV and stuff like that, but I'd never seen the film itself.
Okay.
Yep, so I didn't know anything about, like, what actually happens in it. All I knew was, there's a part where Jessica Simpson does a music video, and it doesn't happen in the film.
No, that's just a music video that
Yeah,
she...
like
it's
a
kind of
promotional kind of thing.
It's the same as in Austin Powers, Lenny
Yeah.
Kravitz doing American Woman, and in the film clip, it has Heather Graham in it.
Yeah,
as the American
There's
Woman.
a part where the song, like, starts, and I'm like, is this where it happens? But it didn't...
So wait, you genuinely thought that in the movie, a random music video would happen?
That's all I knew, yeah.
Wait, so you thought... so, okay, I'm trying to understand. Now, Malloy, you might have to help me on this.
Yep.
His brain... Okay, so did you think in any way when watching this that her character was a musician? For this to make sense, or did you think that a random music video would just happen?
Well, I've seen the music video, so I knew that it, like, was set in the bar or something, and, she works in a bar, and I'm like, this is where that music video is going to be set.
Okay.
And it was a very random thing, because I know that it ends with her, like, in a bikini washing a car, and I'm like, why would I transition to it?
It's very funny, because I was watching this with my fiance, and she also said the one thing I remember about this movie is her in the bikini washing the car, and then we watch a movie and that never happens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where was it?
Yeah,
She's
and
like,
then-
it must be the film clip for
Yeah.
These Boots Are Made for Walking.
Yeah, and when the music was, like, for that song was starting, it wasn't set in the bar, it was, like, her walking away from the police. I'm like, this isn't how I remember the music video being.
So,
Okay, I'm almost positive he actually did that stunt.
Yeah, that looked like
the
a Johnny.
same- Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the kind of jackass thing.
And that was
like, I
Johnny
bet they-
too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if every stuntman was just
Johnny
Johnny Knoxville?
And his friends from Jackass, if there's two people doing it.
Yeah, and it's really weird because they got the little
The
guy,
wee man.
in there, but he's doing the Sean William Scott one. It's really noticeable. I'm going to tell you my history with this. I have seen one or two episodes of the Dukes of Hazzard TV show, but not enough to be an expert on it. But basically, it's kind of like this, in which it's... The Dukes stop Boss Hogg from doing something to the town or to them, and then Boss Hogg goes, ooh, and then that's kind of it. The characterizations are a little different, especially of Boss Hogg and the Roscoe P. Coltrane or whatever. Yeah, they're different because they're a lot more goofy. Boss Hogg is a short, fat guy, so he looks like a little hog man. And
Hence your Danny DeVito reference. Before.
Danny DeVito was going to be one of the options. I don't see him being
The other one was
appropriate.
John Goodman,
John
right?
Goodman, he could work, but he's huge, but that would work because he's a big guy. But in the show, Coltrane was a lot... Roscoe was a lot funnier. I think he might have even had his own spin-off show. He had a weird little kind of mannerism, giggle kind of laugh that was kind of like the equivalent of Muttley the dog's laugh. You know how he had a he has like his own weird like one. I can't remember, but it was kind of like more like a kind of one. So it's weird and goofy, the show, from my memory, but it's basically them running around doing shit like this. And
They're at it again.
And they're at it again. And you know, I seen this movie on TV a couple years after it had come out, and
No breasts, huh?
maybe, you don't know.
I'm just asking.
I had not remembered breasts, but there's a possibility breasts could have been involved. But I'd seen the movie, and I remembered 4 things about it. I remembered Uncle Jesse being played by Willie Nelson, and him being in it. That was the primary thing. Jessica Simpson, and obviously the bikini scene. I mean, I'm sorry, but how can you not?
I forgive you.
I remembered Burt Reynolds being heckled in the jail by
That white guy.
by the black guy being like, yo ho, and he paid someone $100 to punch him, but I forgot about the punchline at the end of that scene. And the 4th thing I very vividly remembered was Sean William Scott finding out that Johnny Knoxville slept with his like sweetheart, and he gives him like this death stare look, like you, while driving insanely. That's my history. What about you, Malloy? You're a big Dukes of Hazzard fan, I imagine.
Ironically, I was more in love when I was younger with this car than anything to do with the show. Wow. So my first knowledge of this whole entire franchise was when I was younger, playing with Hot Wheels, going to Toys R Us and seeing this car in a box.
The General Lee.
Yeah, with its own special box with a giant name over the top of it and everything there. I'm like, what is this? I'd never heard of anything about it before.
It's the car that fought for slavery.
Yeah, oh well, I guess. They must have edited something for Hot Wheels because I assume that logo wasn't on the top when I bought it.
Well, the Confederate flag.
Yeah, I assume that wasn't there.
Why not?
Was that in the TV show?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it is in the TV show that they jump in through the windows of the car. I don't remember if they come up with some bullshit reason. I've only seen like 2-3 episodes. Boss Hog has a wife in the show, but you see her, from my recollection, from her perspective. Like, it's a first-person perspective, and she's like sitting in a recliner chair, and she's got like these big fat arms, and she's eating.
She's like a hog.
Yeah, she's a hog, and she's in a recliner looking up at him as he walks in, and he's a little guy.
Does she speak or squeal?
I can't remember. I think she speaks. I think she's like, Hog, what you doing? Like, she's kind of like Wolowitz's mum, but if you saw her from her perspective, from The Big Bang Theory. Like, you know, it's like
My favorite.
You love The Big Bang Theory. Where's its movie in 20 years' time with a new cast playing it?
With a Confederate flag.
So, Malloy, your history was that you love toys.
Well, I mean, I guess.
You love
if you
toys?
simplify like that, some people may be called, but we'll ignore most of that. So I did no knowledge with the show. The film, I'd seen trailers throughout pretty much
your
when
life.
when it came out and later on. I'd seen bits and pieces, but I never actually sat down and watched the whole entire film. Until technically today, earlier on. But I really enjoyed this film. I really enjoyed it.
Malloy said to me, we were having lunch before doing this, and he was like, I really enjoyed it, and I could see his pants just creaming. It was just so
No, that was the
intense.
Subway.
No, that was my ice cream.
Bartek, we know what ice cream means in Polish.
Well, loda, yeah.
Cream ice.
Blowjobs.
Yeah.
You know this, Malloy?
No.
If you say dawaj loda, give me ice cream, it means give me a blowjob. Like,
Do you want-
colloquially.
So you say you want a blowy?
So how do you ask for mint ice cream?
you zip your
Mean
pants.
dawaj loda? I don't know.
You unzip your pants and flop your dick
Well,
out.
you gotta-
And they're like,
first of
you
all,
want ice cream,
To be
obviously.
fair, if you're in an ice cream store, they'll probably not give you a blowjob.
But are you willing to take that risk is the question.
I like ice cream.
Blowjobs? I knew
Oh
it.
my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
So he is Enos. I believe he's a character in the show as well. Enos. I love how eventually one of the characters is like, Anus, and he's like, Enos. I do believe it's the Dick Driver character that calls him Anus, the one who's the lead character from Psych, the TV show Psych.
I haven't seen it, sadly.
It's a show in which a man pretends he's psychic and solves crimes.
Wait, was that the one on Channel 10?
I'll say yes.
Then yes, I have seen it.
Yeah. So,
Otherwise, no.
See, the way you said Dick Driver, I thought that was a name. I'm like, there was a character called Dick Driver?
yeah, it's a movie sequel to Baby Driver. Dick Driver. It's about
It's
a
like
guy
a
called.
sequel made before? Because Baby Driver was last year, right?
Yeah, well, it's just coming out. Dick Driver.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out with Burt Reynolds. His driver.
Is he going to sing this time and tell?
Only that. Nothing else. So we get introduced to Jessica Simpson in her debut film.
Yeah.
This is her first, and I think she did a very impressive job. I do believe that a lot of people have given her flack over the years for this performance, but I think really in the character of Daisy Duke, She does a perfect job. I can't think of anyone else at the time who
did a better Daisy Duke.
Who would do a better Daisy Duke. I mean, they had the people in the cast they had a cast list of like Britney Spears, Mandy Moore, Jessica Biel, who we've had on the show before, being options, but none of them, maybe Britney, but none of them would work as well as I think Jessica did in this. Look, she kicked a guy, and that's the last time she kicks a guy. You know what they say? Set up her physicality in the beginning.
I mean, to be fair...
And just don't do it again.
To be fair, later on, she uses some of her physical features to get her way,
yeah, that's different, though. That's sexuality, not physicality, necessarily. Like, yes, it's her physical attractiveness, but she doesn't kick anyone.
It wasn't her mental,
Well, she's mentally aware of her looks and using that to...
Unless it's the origin of our psychic detective.
I would love it if this is the origin of Psych, because in the TV show Psych, apparently he's a guy who's had like 1 million jobs before. So if he said in Psych, "Oh, as a race car driver from Hazzard County," you'd be like, "Sure, why not?"
Ryan, you were just saying that she did a really good job.
She did a bang up job, yeah.
I'm not gonna name any names. I'll use a pseudonym, but there was a reviewer by the name of Roger Eber.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with that other guy.
Gene Siskel, yeah.
When he talked about Jessica Simpson in this movie, he did the brilliant thing of insulting her intelligence.
Oh, of course!
And saying that she should sue the schools that she went to.
Why?
He thinks that she's a big dummy.
Wow, from just a movie?
I think he saw her in like an interview or something promoting the movie, and he was just like, she's really dumb or something.
Wow, Roger.
Rogert.
We can say his name. It's Roger Ebert.
Yeah, okay,
what, is his ghost gonna come at me?
It was Roger Ebert.
No, don't finger me, Roger Ebert ghost. Now, Roger, I know you're dead and all, but could I bake you some cookies? And then you give it a positive review like The Rock did for Race to Witch Mountain.
That's true, Malloy.
Wait, what?
He wrote it in his review for Race to Witch Mountain that he met The Rock once and he gave him like cookies or something.
Homemade cookies. And
wow, that is a really low bar to bribe a reviewer.
Well, Roger Ebert was a fatty, so it works.
But I mean, even still,
well, hey,
that pretty much tells every other movie exec, all I need is cookies.
Well, excuse me, if The Rock came to you with homemade cookies, would you not give him a positive review? What, you want to break his heart?
Well, I wouldn't while
He's
he was
gonna break
there.
your face.
That's more why I wouldn't do it while he was there.
Insert joke about rock and cooking.
Okay. Rock rhymes with cock. We get it.
Oh, I thought you were making a grinding joke with it.
So can you smell what the cock is cooking?
Yeah.
Cock is rooking?
No, you got it right. Can you smell what the cock is cooking? And then a woman says, "This baby!" It stands up and points at her belly. And you're like, and The Rock grabs, like, he does the, and like grabs his collar, but he's not wearing a shirt. So it's kind of like.
So it's just the muscle moves back and forth.
He's doing the, like, Terry Crews with his pecs moving him. He's like, and his pecs.
And then Roger Ebert gives him
Can I
5 stars.
I just love the sounding of, like, a Jewish sounding rock would be the most amazing thing in the world.
Oi, oi,
oi!
oi!
Oi, oi!
Oy vey!
Oy vey!
Oy vey!
Oy vey! That's an expensive exploding building!
You know what it would be? The Rock on the wrestling arena be like, Oy vey! What's Rabbi Johnson cooking?
What's a famous rock?
Oh, bagel!
What's The Rock cooking?
Yeah, but like anything from movies? I know you said that he hasn't even had his one movie, but has there been any?
I'm The Rock.
Was that where he played himself?
He likes to play himself. I don't know, something from the other guys, I guess. I don't know. Does he have any iconic lines?
Little Dwayne, do more movies.
Rock, get your shit together.
Rocky.
So, Johnny Knoxville's a movie actor now, and I don't know, was this his big break as a actor? Was this one of his first proper acting things? Like, I don't count the Jackass movies as acting.
I do remember, and obviously I'm not saying Jackass is, but I remember reading something, I think this morning, where before Jackass he was a struggling actor and Jackass helped him, like, get out there a bit more. So maybe that could be the case?
Yeah.
If you're ignoring Jackass?
I can't remember what movies he's been in. I can't remember. Was he in Bad Santa?
Bad Grandpa.
I know he's in Bad Grandpa. Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, and he's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a movie based on like a character he played in like Jackass skits.
So Malloy, I'm gonna break some important news to you now, and I know you're on the edge of your seat.
Oh, anticipation!
You know what comedic genius wanted to have a crack at Roscoe?
No. Walken?
No,
Ah.
comedic actor. I'll give you a hint. He was one of your favorite characters in our previous film that we did on the show, Drill Bit Taylor.
Oh, I have no idea. It's
How
just
could you forget?
travelled out of the
How
mind.
could you forget Danny McBride?
Oh, no way.
He wanted to give this a
No
shot.
way.
He wanted to give this a good shot, and then he read the script and said, "No, thank you. I'm going to wait to do Land of the Lost." So he was waiting for his show to adapt later.
What was it? He didn't like the direction they took with Roscoe or something?
Yeah, they didn't like the characterization. And you know what I say, Danny? Whoa! That's what I say.
I say, Danny, thank you for your highness.
Danny, thank you for your highness, and Drill Bit Taylor. So, you were good in those. Maybe some of...
This is the End was pretty good too.
You
haven't seen it though.
I know. But it's appreciated. So, Dukes of Hazzard, you know what I say about this film? Best film ever made. Yeah, that's right, I said it.
I agree, actually.
And you know what's great? He has guns.
This guy reminds me... Have you seen Fairly Odd Parents? You know Dimmy Dang from Dimmy Dan Dale?
Yes.
This guy
Doug
reminds
Dimmadale?
me... Yeah, that's it. Doug Dimmadale. That's it.
His hat's too short.
It's so close. Every way he acts and everything else, it's pretty much him.
Well, you know he's Burt Reynolds. He's the famous actor Burt Reynolds from Smokey and the Bandit.
From Saints Row the Third.
But is he... Oh, yeah. But is he dubbed Dimmadale from Dimmadale?
They probably based something about that character on him. Who knows? He's Burt Reynolds. He's Burt Reynolds. I don't know.
Doug Dimmadale was a bit fat. Maybe it was the original Boss Hog.
You know what's really unique about this movie? Burt Reynolds is in it. And that's unique in itself, because this is the first time we've had live-action Burt Reynolds. Mm-hmm. And first time we had Burt Reynolds in general on this show.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds is a charismatic actor, and he's got a very long film career. He plays Burt Reynolds a lot, but it's good. In this film, though, they take the brave stance not to reference any of the films he's been in, like Smokey and the Bandit, but they do take a brief pause and go, let's reference the film Striptease with Demi Moore that he's in, because there's a line of dialogue in this movie where I think Uncle Jesse's threatening him or something, or he's saying something and he's like, only if you give me some Vaseline, which is a line...
you bring the Vaseline?
You bring the Vaseline, then we can have some fun. That's a line of dialogue he says in the movie Striptease, in which his character is a weird pervert guy who's obsessed with smelling lint and rubbing himself all over with Vaseline. And that's the movie that some say killed Demi Moore's career. Others say it was nothing but trouble, and I say, how dare you? That's an unappreciated masterpiece.
Yeah.
We've done it on the show already. Oh, look, dead animals.
So that's a raccoon, yeah?
Yum. That's what it is. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Well, I mean, it's pretty nice. They break his car and they give him a meal.
Oh, look, it's this guy. You know that Cuda? We all know this actor. He's in everything. You know, he's in...
He looks familiar.
He's in all the Will Ferrell stuff in Anchorman. Yeah, he plays Champ in Anchorman. Champ Kind. He's just in everything, and I love him. He's in Idiocracy, I'm pretty sure.
I believe it, yeah.
I believe it, yeah. I believe. So, Bartek, having not really been fully aware of what the Dukes of Hazzard entailed as a film and as a pre-existing thing, I mean, you got the pop culture stuff, but what were you expecting to happen in this movie once you put it on? Or even before?
I was, at least, because I did know about the General Lee, I was expecting a lot of, car scenes, and we did get a lot of car scenes.
Good.
Mm-hmm. But as for the plot, it was all up in the air, it could have been anything. And it was something.
Oh, yeah. Now, here's the thing. You guys are all talking about this fucking car, right? I didn't even know it had a name.
Yeah?
It was like, oh, it's the Dukes of Hazzard car.
I mean, to be fair, that's how I knew it as for most of my life too, because on the box it was the Dukes of Hazzard car. Maybe an itty bitty small print at the bottom it had the name, but
named after the guy fought for slavery.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he was one of the Confederates.
Oh,
dude, that's why it has the Confederate flag on the top.
Ah.
What, did you think he was fucking fighting with Lincoln or something, being like, down with slavery?
No, I kind of just figured that it was an artistic choice to put a big flag on top of a car. I mean, it is.
And name it
technically.
I mean,
generally.
it is a Southern pride.
Yeah, that's what I'm
symbol,
saying.
So, yeah.
You know, it's to match it for the
I
area.
found it very strange later in the movie, though, when they do realize that they have a Confederate flag on top of their car, that a bunch of people start heckling them and giving the finger. They're all from the South. Yet they are treating them like they're fucking weird. And I'm like, I get it, you're in the city, I guess.
Because
but
they're
like,
the hillbilly kind, yeah.
I don't...
Well, it's because the flag clearly has another meaning these days than it did when the show first came out. And I'm pretty sure there was a statement on top of that. That's why they're trying to get rid of it from most campuses and all over the place. Because the meaning of what it used to have back then and what it has now, you know, they're completely different things.
Oh, yeah, bruh.
This movie was starting a progressive movement,
Well, I mean,
Ryan.
technically, it might have accidentally stumbled onto one, but it did. That's exactly what it's meaning.
Technically accidentally? You mean technically on purposely?
Fair enough.
This film
Accidentally
was
on purpose.
ahead of the curve.
Well, it clearly was with that
Curb
flag
or
statement.
curb?
Why not both?
Good question. Good answer.
Yeah, exactly. It was ahead of the physical curve on the street
The curvy
and
curb.
the curve of progression. Yeah, I said it. I was brave enough too, and no one else did.
I wanted to, but I didn't. And
Even
then you
Sean
did.
William Scott, a guy who, might I add, is best known for playing Stifler, regrets being in this movie. He was in Dude, Where's My Car? I mean,
That's what I remember him from. He played Chester.
I know you know him from that, but he is Stifler from American Pie. He will always be Stifler. As much as
I know that that's
I wanna
definitely his most
believe,
popular film.
I grew up with him as the guy from Evolution.
If I didn't
but
say it, would you know that his name was Chester in Dude, Where's My Car?
no, I would know him as the blonde one.
Yeah. And Ashton
I mean,
Kutcher.
to be fair, that's pretty much all you need to know about his character.
Whoa! Are you saying Dude, Where's My Car is not an unappreciated masterpiece?
Oh no, it's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
But you don't need to know who the main character is to appreciate it as
Is
a
it
masterpiece.
unappreciated, do you reckon?
No, it's pretty appreciated.
I don't think so. I think people
So
talk
many
about
people adore that film.
No, I think people talk about it in a negative light, like, oh, that film.
Daddy, I want to go on that ride. It's still
Me
an
too,
amazing.
son, me too.
It's still an amazing line. The fact that all of us know exactly what it is.
Oh.
It's a masterpiece.
It's because it's the film I've seen the most, I think, in my life. I used to be able to, it's true.
Just for you
I
guys
said
know
this in
the
Johnny
visual
Mnemonic.
thing that just happened there, I dropped my mouth open and turned to look at Bob and say, this is a guy who hasn't seen Shaun of the Dead or other great movies
be-
because
my-
he's too busy watching
When I lived with
that
my-
great movie.
He had to learn the
When I
monkey
li-
and the stick trick.
When I lived with my stepbrother, that and Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted were the two that he put on all the time.
Both classics.
Yeah.
Both classics. It's cinema. Isn't it the whole point in Dude, Where's My Car? The car's just across the road at the end.
No.
Isn't that what happens at the end?
Yes. Wait,
Despite what I just said, it's been a while.
Can I spoil the fact? I actually know the answer to this, but can I spoil the film that we're not watching?
Yeah, sure.
Wait. Spoiler alert from a film from fucking
Wow.
15 years ago.
Yeah, so one of the girls they were trying to go after was an alien.
Yeah.
And they had the whole alien spaceship. They had abducted their car so they could try and locate a bunch of stuff. And then the guys were from another Martian planet, wasn't it?
The Austrian guys.
Yeah, and they had the Rubik's Cube puzzle that was the bomb
continuum
thing.
transfunction.
Yes. Oh, see, you do know it. And
Yeah,
that-
I've seen it many
yeah,
times.
I know, but you forgot bits and
I
pieces.
used to get it mixed up with the flux capacitor.
Here's the thing, though.
So
When I
they
watched
teleported
it,
the car back.
but here's the thing, though. When I watched it, and this is a very long time ago,
It's been a while since my last viewing.
I didn't take any of the events of that as if they actually happened. I thought this was...
Since they were stoners, it was
I
all-
thought they were stoned. I didn't think that was all real.
But then what about the necklace at the end?
Yeah, their boobs get big.
Sorry. When I think of a fucking necklace at the end, I think of
Wait,
Men in Black 2
right, are
with
you
Rosario Dawson being an
Are you,
alien.
are you
Ugh.
saying that they didn't hang out with Fabio?
No, that was Bubble Boy. That was Bubble Boy.
Fabio was in the film, though.
And in Bubble Boy.
Yeah, I know, but during a montage. Your
Yeah.
favourite.
Fabio and Bubble Boy. So, Fabio's not in this movie, or is he?
I don't think so.
Look out for him. He might be in the background like Bill Murray was apparently in the tuxedo. But he wasn't. So, look, the Dukes of Hazzard movie is not well regarded by the Dukes of Hazzard community or the general public or generally.
It's no Dude, Where's My Car, yeah.
It's no... Well, it's better than that.
It is, yes, but It's not as well seen.
Yeah,
Mostly
well recognized
seen.
as Dude, Where's My Car?
And I think, one of the reasons is this is like superhero movies. Okay, so hear me
I'm
out.
intrigued where this is going to go.
Yeah, General Lee was a superhero.
Here's where I'm going to go with this. We're at an age now where the superhero movie has been perfected. That style, that it's a genre that is finally
It's been
working.
codified, yeah.
Yes. And you know what else has? Comedy remakes of TV shows from previous
That
decades.
was like 10 years ago, yeah.
Baywatch would disagree with you on
hold
that,
on,
but
but yeah, 21 Jump Street, right?
21 Jump Street, and on the other hand, Baywatch.
Yeah, but there's always but then here you go. The Dark Knight, Fantastic Four. Like there's always the bad one in there,
True,
but like
I'll give you that.
or Marvel, DC. Like
I want to go all of DC.
You're right. You're right. Batman v Superman be left off the list because of that great scene where Kevin Costner picked up rocks.
Yes.
It was great.
It was
5 stars out of 5.
Masterpiece.
So you're saying superheroes have been codified because of Kevin Costner picking up rocks?
No, I'm saying they've been codified because Johnny Knoxville appeared in this movie, which set in stone the formula for how comedy remakes of TV shows are set, thus helping the superheroes. So what I'm saying is, they're very similar because this was an era in which
I believe it was the
superhero
same-
movies weren't doing well. They weren't where they are now. That didn't happen until, let's be honest, Iron Man. I know you have
You're right,
the
this was
Christopher
the-
Nolan movies, but they aren't like superhero
I
movies.
believe-
They're just like drama.
I believe this film was a year
crime.
before Spider-Man 3, so we weren't there yet.
Yeah, I mean, so this is an era where the comedy retellings of TV shows from that era did not work in the way that they work now with 21 Jump Streets, which, to be honest, I don't think they still work now, because I think I can only list you 21 Jump Street as the ones that apparently work. But we've done Starsky and Hutch on the show,
Which was, I think, a year before this film.
which I think
But this was the same year as Bewitched.
Bewitched, and this was an era in which
And it
they
lost
were
a Razzie for that
trying.
film.
This film was trying to stand out from the lackluster quality as did superhero films at that time. There was maybe 1 or 2 superhero films of that era that stood out. I mean, you had probably X-Men around there and all of that, but overall, superhero films weren't taken seriously, as were these films. I know these films are comedies, but there is an artistry to them. There is a skill. You have to adapt something that already exists, but not do just a straight adaptation, or else you can just say, what was the point? And also, you have to make it cinematic, because these are TV shows.
Yeah.
And how do you make something like Dukes of Hazzard? Those Duke boys are at it again. Cinematic.
Well, the obvious answer is put a man on top of a safe and run him down the street.
Well, here's something very funny about that, though. You said to me before we started this that you like, car crashes and stuff.
I'm a very simplistic man.
Now, isn't one of the most iconic car moments in the Fast and Furious series them dragging a safe behind them and
yes,
destroying
actually,
an entire
that
street?
is a very valid point.
So did they steal that from this movie, which did it first? I think so.
I think they probably actually did.
Excuse me.
Which movie was that?
Knock, knock. Fast and Furious 5.
5?
Knock, knock, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, if you were in that one, which I think you were.
I think he's been in all of
Diesel.
them.
No, he only came in later, Dwayne Johnson. Vin Diesel's
4
been
and
in...
onwards he's been in.
4 and
hasn't he?
onwards.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, Mr. Vin Diesel, and I'm going to address the corpse of Paul Walker. Could you please apologize to the Dukes of Hazzard movie for your coolie theft? I'm hearing the thank yous for me asking them. They'll get back to us by the end of the episode.
So they said thank you, but they're not up to...
I hear the audience is in the distance thanking us for saying, Ryan, you're brave to go against Vin Diesel.
I would like to point out
to
that
give
when...
the film the respect and desire it needs.
I would like to point out that when you made that accusation there, Malloy gave...
Truth.
He gave a very genuine response. Like, I think they did.
They did.
Well, I mean, because I can't think of any other film with a
I'm saying
truck
that's
and a
good.
truck.
It's good
Like,
that you did
I
that.
honestly can't think of any other film.
Exactly.
Which is weird, because you think they would have done that at some point, but
Now,
I can't think of any.
I don't know. Maybe this is the uncut version. Maybe in the cut version, there's a scene in which Sean William Scott stomps his feet on a car park that then crashes like Vin Diesel does in one of the Fast and Furious movies.
A man can dream. A man can dream.
Hey, was this supposed to look like a car? Because he's sitting in his car just a moment ago, the security guy, and I kind of zoned out for a brief moment, didn't notice his car got smashed by the safe.
Yeah.
And I went, why is this guy sitting in a cardboard cutout of a car? But then I realized it was art.
Yes.
Funny you asked earlier.
I do love that this. It's kind of like, you know how James Bond films always had that moment where like the villain is doing something that's really ominous. This is like that.
Ominous?
Ominous. It's
Anonymous.
like that. Ominous.
I thought he said omnibus. I'm like, oh yeah.
I think he just mixed the M and N.
M&M's? I want some M&M's.
Oh, yum. No, but I love that. It's
M&M
like
is my
this,
favourite
but a
character.
slightly lower scale, which just grounds it, but it's hilarious.
Oh yeah. I think it's great. And I love the punchline at the end of the sequence, which is the dog's eating the food.
It's very true to life.
It's called comedy, and a lot of people find it very hard to do, but not the Dukes of Hazzard boys.
Row.
No, the real row noise is him saying, Flash!
No, the real one is the horn that they have.
Oh, yeah. Now, I think this is Bartek's favorite character. Don't know. I haven't asked him, but I feel like this is Bartek's favorite character here.
It's my spirit animal, I guess.
It's Bartek in this universe of the film.
I
You would
only
be this
put on
guy.
pants for good occasions.
And Bartek's bald, which a lot of people
Not
don't
quite.
notice. Not quite. His hairline is receding, but he hasn't gotten to that point in which he has to realize it. So he has like a floppy fringe comb to the front, and he's just trying to avoid it. Malloy's laughing, but he's got one too.
I
so-
know, that's why it's nervous laugh. Just like,
I'm sitting between two George Costanzas in the future, and I'm
have
I'm
to
Kramer.
change the logo soon.
I'm Kramer. Yeah.
no, but
the racist one.
I do wonder with this.
Kramer wasn't racist.
Well, it was
the
the
actor
actor, yeah,
was.
good point.
Don't you
We're not
fucking
Jane-
come in here and call me Michael Richards.
Yeah, and pull
his
his
name's
tweets
Michael
out.
Dix.
I wonder how long can you actually do this next scene with the hiding in the freezer thing? Like, how long would you actually be able to do that for?
Well, Malloy, I'm gonna shock you right now.
Yes.
I've got a freezer right here. And he's looking. And you're going to sit in there for 5 minutes, in which that took, and see if you can survive in a freezer for 5 minutes.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer, thus I will not get in the freezer. But
The answer is...
no. Maybe.
What are you, an idiot? Yes, you could survive in a...
Well, I don't know,
Well, it
Ryan.
depends.
Chicken Little was the movie that had the song "I Will Survive," not this one.
Yeah, see?
Oh, didn't it, though?
It's all negative.
This had,
You're
these
saying
boots are
that.
made for walking.
It had the start of it, yeah.
And the end in the end credits.
That's a
So
good point.
don't come at me, braz. I find it very weird. Is this TV moment supposed to be live TV, or is this like the news?
Well, I mean, there's a news reporter.
I figured
that's a
it's
real
the
news reporter, by the way. She's actually herself.
Well, you've just proved the point.
Like I looked her up, and it's like, no, she's playing herself. I guess she's from the Hazzard County, I guess, because it's a real place.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes, we'll go with yes. But no, I think that's really cool. The fact that they're actually getting like local talent and stuff to do specific roles.
Yeah,
it's
man.
pretty sweet.
Where was
Yeah.
my contact number, though? I grew up in the country. I could have done something.
What were you
I
doing?
think
when
it
you
may have been the wrong country, but still.
Wow,
were...
racist.
So, Ryan, what were you doing when
I think
you were
it's
12?
Tropicus.
When I was 12 years old, I was sitting at home not watching the Dukes of Hazzard movie yet.
Oh, no wonder.
Because I was waiting for the call in which they said, come on up to America and show us your stuff.
Should have bought the Hot Wheels cars.
And then you left the country immediately, right?
Well, they didn't call me.
yeah.
Oh.
That's the tragedy of what I'm saying right now. An armadillo.
An Adabilla.
I love how still that armadillo was to this whole entire scene.
Dude.
It's awesome.
Have you ever seen an armadillo?
At a zoo, which also
Oh,
wasn't moving.
wow.
So technically, you've probably got some truth there.
Yep.
They're very lazy animals from what I've seen.
Yeah, they're like the sloths of dillos.
I mean, to be fair, with a tough shell like that, why bother being defensive?
I have, and I pressed the square button and they flew away.
Yes, a
And then you
Crash
said, "Ooga chicka
Bandicoot."
bugger."
What did he say?
Ooga chicka bugger.
That's not at all what he says.
Masumanga now?
Is that what he's...
What are we talking about?
Crash
He's trying to
Bandicoot,
make the
what's-
Crash Bandicoot mask
Oh.
noise.
Yeah,
I've lived this. Something like that.
yeah.
I know that he actually is enunciating something, but I can't remember what
Oh,
it was.
I always thought he said, "Ooga booga."
Now who's the offensive one?
I actually thought you always said like oogity boogity.
When you first get, are you talking about when you first get him or when you get rid of him?
I was just trying to do any of them.
When you first get him, he does say something like Ooga Booga or something like that. It's not
Because
that.
what's his name?
Aku Aku.
Maybe he's saying Aku Aku, but we're just...
No, he is saying something both times, like when you get him and when you lose him.
If you're the voice actor of Aku Aku from the Crash Bandicoot original
PS1
series...
games, yeah.
Or if you're Clancy Brown, I want to just talk to Clancy Brown.
I think Clancy Brown did voice the evil one, Uka Uka.
Did he?
I think he did.
Because he did the voice of Cortex.
Yeah, I know he did Cortex too.
I didn't know he did... Ooh.
Why not Double Down, you know?
Double Down, the Neil Breen movie? We're not doing that, Bartek. We're doing Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, we're talking about something better with Crash Bandicoot, right?
Oh, you're saying Crash Bandicoot's better than the Dukes of Hazzard?
No, Neil Breen.
What?
Yeah.
You're saying Neil Breen made Crash Bandicoot? I would love that.
No, I'm saying Crash Bandicoot's better than Neil Breen.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Have you forgotten about Aku Aku and Clancy Brown?
Yeah, but have you forgotten about Neil Breen?
No, because I just said that he's inferior or something.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's superior.
No, but Armadillos, remember?
But
He's got a point.
No,
That's pretty solid evidence.
But failed David Lynchian style art.
Well, you said failed.
Yeah,
But
but the
Armadillos.
failure is where the comedy comes in.
That's mean, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You know what? Seth Rogen, unmake the disaster artist.
I swear to
Fuck
God, Ryan,
you.
if you now say that Unappreciated Masterpiece is a show where we pretend to like movies, that's the final straw.
We love movies.
Good.
No, we're actually secretly book fans, and we just don't know what we're talking about.
I liked the book
We
of
secretly talk
Hazards.
about Harry Potter when
I
nobody's
like
around.
the Book of Henry. Look on Bartek's face, like, that was actually. Ooh,
That's a movie we did last week.
I should have said that one.
No, that wasn't the look. I was just like, yeah.
Yep,
I was just happy they didn't make fun of me for saying Book of Hazards because I thought it was funny.
Oh, fun of you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I like how you're expecting that though. A part of you is like,
Ryan,
I'm glad he didn't make fun of me
It's
for
just that
saying a
instant
comment.
flinch whenever he made a
You know what's
joke.
really unfair?
What does that say about you?
You know what's really unfair? No, but here's something. You know what
Yeah?
this says about Bartek? Many times myself and the guest laugh at something he says. He laughs and goes, ha 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 ha, why are you guys laughing? Because he genuinely doesn't understand what he said was funny. And then we said, it was funny. And he goes, really? And then
Because I never know with you.
Because laughter?
No, because sometimes you laugh at me because I messed up or something. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, did I mess up?
I'm just going to give him stern looks now.
At least then I'll know what you feel.
But then I'll give him a stern look and go, good. And then you'll be real confused.
Well, he said good, so it's good.
So, in the Dukes of Hazzard movie, we have an
Not the
interesting
Book of Hazards.
family lineage. Because they're all cousins and uncles, but we never meet siblings or direct parents.
I thought the two in the house were the parents.
No, they're...
Well, one's Uncle Jesse.
And she's just a woman. That's the
I just
original...
assumed she was the mum.
Have they mentioned that Johnny Knoxville and Daisy are cousins as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
my cousin. Yeah.
Well, I know that Sean William Scott said my cousin.
No,
but-
he does too.
Okay. I missed that then.
And then he calls Uncle Jesse. She calls him Uncle. Like none of them are related.
Oh,
and
that's
that-
a change.
what?
When they did the thing,
The thing.
Oh, the sniffing thing.
no.
The thing.
Can I have a pair of still warm pants? In the other version, he said no way. In this version, he said all right, which is the smallest change they could possibly do. And it just threw me off then. It's...
Well, no, man. They say all right for him getting money. Because he's like, how about... He had one of my favorite jokes. How about you win that championship and then, give me the money that you went to pay me, because that's how it works.
Did you know
Alright.
that
Yeah.
another change between the theatrical and the uncut is later on a character smacks her ass. In the uncut version, she smacks it twice. In the theatrical one, only once.
Wait, who smacks her ass?
It's when they're in the engineering lab or the science lab and she walks in to indicate like, hey, the security are coming, and then she smacks her ass and makes one of them horny.
Oh, not Daisy, not Daisy.
No. One of the
I follow
campus
now,
girls.
yeah.
Right, sorry.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Not the sex symbol of the film, Ryan.
Okay. Who's been slapped on the ass already?
Yeah, that's what I was
okay.
doing the exact same thing. Yeah.
Okay, I'm connecting dots now.
Cool.
So what was I saying? The Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, we were talking about changes.
Well, we know Malloy was.
Well, yeah, but then I moved on to changes. It
I
was a
was-
new topic,
to
so I thought I'd
changes.
follow it. But
I was
okay.
having a topic.
You were talking about family and cousins,
All right, yes.
and then we agreed.
Now, I wanted to talk about that. Specifically, I find it interesting in a movie like this. Now, I think it's the same in the TV show, that they had the brave choices of not explaining things to us, like where their parents, why don't you just make them brothers, who is Boss Hogg, what is he. I think it's very brave of this film to say, hey, you should know this already, because I think this film's aware that it's for the people who likes Dukes of Hazzard. I think it's aware that this is for the Dukes of Hazzard fans and not for us simple people who don't Duke Hazzard it up. But then the Dukes of Hazzard fans don't like it, but I don't understand why they don't like it. Because isn't this what they do in the show? Just run around in cars and stop Boss Hogg before he does something? That's what this movie is!
It's just a giant cartoon show. I really love it for that. What was I? Oh yeah, I was just saying, I'd like the fact that they've just simplified it to the exact core stuff that the show really needs. There's no overcomplication. There's nothing extra that's necessary. This is the story. This is what you need to know. This is the next spot. It's pretty much a key straight line throughout the whole entire thing.
Wouldn't it be weird if they made it like a really fleshed out drama instead, though? Where it's like Daisy's sitting there with like a bottle of gin, and they're like, "What's wrong, Daisy?" And she's like, "Just sexually objectifying myself every day." It's just so fucking hard. And Uncle Jesse's just like, I understand. I mean, how I think it is for me being a 70-year-old man still having to rely on moonshine business in the years where we have technology.
And when he says that he's thinking about pussy, it's not a good thing.
No, he's thinking to himself, he's actually saying his cat. He's thinking about his pet cat who's dead from cancer. And he's actually like, the cat is actually my wife.
And
Your mum.
And Johnny Knoxville's having a good time with life, and that means that he can't empathize with his family more, and it really makes him sad.
And then the real shock of the movie is Sean William Scott's been dead the whole time. And he died crashing generally into a creek. And that's just so weird,
And in the afterlife, he has to deal with his death with General Lee himself.
Yeah, himself, and it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and it's just an emotional movie. Enos is actually named Anus, and he has to deal with that every day.
Yeah, he's been bullied about it.
This is the guy from Psych, and he's just solving a case, pretending to be a race car driver. I love...
Boss Hogg's actually a nice guy, but everyone thinks he's stinky because of his
No,
name.
Boss Hogg's actually just Burt Reynolds, and he's waiting to tell us the story about Frosty, but no one's allowing him yet.
Like, he just hums to himself like, Frosty the Snowman.
And Roger Ebert's just stuck in this town waiting to leave, and he's asking Jessica Simpson for directions, and she keeps giving him wrong directions, and that's why he doesn't like her.
That's why he thinks she's dumb.
Yeah, but she's vindictive because she knows you're a cunt. So, now on to the emotional part of the movie, in which Daisy uses her detective skills. They should have called her Detective Duke, because she detects foul play.
Well, I really
That
like that.
shouldn't have made me laugh as much as it did.
I thought you were drinking, and then you had to stop drinking.
It was the dumbest pun in the world, but
Detective Duke.
That should
Pun?
not have.
I thought it was just truth.
I mean, technically yes, but that killed me.
So-
Ryan, put this on the best of Spit and Polish video.
Oh, jeez, that hurt.
So, Detective Duke solved the crime. What?
Him with his monocle just looking around with a magnifying glass.
So, Detective Duke, okay, Daisy Detective Duke,
Okay.
figured out the crime that the race car driver's getting paid.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she
I
gets
didn't even
from
know
this
that was a
scene.
crime, honestly, up till this point. I just assumed he was
Well,
getting
paid by Boss Hogg.
But I assumed, of course he was getting paid.
Yeah, but like...
By Boss Hogg, not
But
Hogg.
I mean,
But did you see the twist at the end that he knew all along that Boss Hogg was paying him?
yeah, I thought that was really obvious. Because why would Coke or anybody pay for him to go back to his hometown to do a small-time race when he's a big guy?
I
wouldn't.
understand, but like,
So
here's the
that's why
thing.
Hogg would do it.
Here's the thing, though. Did you see the twist at the end coming when it's revealed that he was a part of the plan all along because he likes money? Did you see that twist coming? Because I didn't.
I was
shocked.
I was really upset that he didn't have his hometown nationalism.
Exactly.
Because that is a big theme of the film.
It's all about where's home. It's where the heart is. And the heart is Hazzard.
And clearly he moved his
unless
heart.
it's somewhere other than your hometown. Otherwise, then no, it's not.
Fuck you. Go back to Australia, you random Australian woman that's in the movie that says Chunder.
Yeah, she's gonna
No
chunder.
one says Chunder here, genuinely. Do not do that anymore, America. I'm sick of it.
But have you not heard the song?
It's weird. I've never heard of the... So, Chunder?
It means vomit. It's just Australian slang.
Where women grow
When
and
has
men
anyone-
chunder.
It's older.
It actually
It's-
works in the context of the song, but
it's
I've never
old-
heard anyone ever say that.
It's ochre Australian.
Yeah, but I mean, no one's ever gone, oh, I think I'm going to... Chunder.
Well, maybe not people our age, but your parents' age probably, and the grandparents.
Well, no,
yeah.
college women from 2005.
Yes, clearly. I'm talking about my mum. She's writing this movie. That's her. Clearly. I mean it though. Like, stop it, America. We don't do the shrimp on the Barbie thing. We don't. What are you going, We don't.
I loved how exaggerated his accent was when he said it.
Yes, that was the joke. And then no one reacts. That's
reacted.
the joke. But then the joke is that no one reacts to him. They're just like, oh, okay, that happened. And they
We
move
should
on.
end this episode with our quote-unquote good American accents.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, can I start mine now, though?
Well, this is the end of the episode, I think. So.
Alright. Hello there, it is I, Mr.
Hello, Borat!
No, I am American.
Oh, what state are you from?
Yeah, Tennessee, talk to you!
I think...
on the car, west
I don't think Tennessee is a state. I think you're thinking of Texas.
Oh, no, Tennessee is the place you're gonna go!
Okay, guys, we're missing the real champion of the American accent here. You betray me, Lisa. Why would you do this? You
no.
betray
I think he
me.
No, I can't even say that yet.
You can't.
I'm sure in his head he thought he was
He
doing an
thought that
American
was
accent.
because he speaks worse in interviews than he does in that movie.
I love that you
Wait, what
feel-
film is this?
The Room.
The Room.
Oh,
You betray-
right.
Stop ganging up on me.
Well, that's not Tommy, but
I know. Hey, I listened to a podcast the other day that had Denny in it.
the actor, Philip Howard.
Yeah, and he actually was good.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he was...
And he didn't sound like Denny.
So, look, Malloy.
Titties!
Oh, they did add. That's a
Yeah.
really random scene to add.
Yeah, she
Oh,
had...
you think
she
it's
had
over, do you?
Yeah, she had tops.
You think it's over?
And then
do
we're
you?
going up to the room where they smoke marijuana, right?
Yeah,
And
they
they
smoke
cut
marijuana
coffee?
and there's smoke
Oh,
everywhere,
you think
and then
it's
that's
just
why they had
marijuana?
red eyes
You
when
think
they
it's
came
just
out.
marijuana?
How about women standing around instead?
Naked? Just
Well,
there you
topless.
go. And
Yep.
they're playing hacky sack. They're not just standing around, they're playing hacky sack.
It's like the world's weirdest version of yoga.
No,
Just
it's...
hacky sacking and kicking
I like
around.
the world's weirdest version of yoga is
so
an
Malloy,
activity
did-
that is not yoga.
Malloy, did our...
It's like saying, oh, that's a weird version of yoga and pointing at the World Cup.
It's like that's
What
a
a
weird
weird
version of
version of
tennis,
yoga.
just pointing down to AFL players on the matches going.
So, Malloy,
what a
in-
stupid version of tennis.
So, Malloy, in the theatrical cut, did they do the weed?
Yeah, they walked in, they closed the door, and they walked out, and they had like red eyes, and the smoke came out with them.
Okay.
Oh, dude, but in this copy, they walked out and they were just like, oh, I had sex. Now, I've
Are you sure they
worn...
didn't just play hacky sack?
Now, I've worn towels.
No, because they got the shirts on.
Now, I've worn towels.
Like how she is?
But I've never worn a towel like she has. What's going on there? It's like it's sculpted to her.
Have you worn towels up to the chest area?
Oh, sometimes.
Okay.
Because when
Not just the waist area, like a man?
like a man.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
What are you, a woman?
No, when you're younger, because towels are
Oh,
still
yeah,
big,
yeah, when you're
right?
younger, yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, it's like these towels are sculpted to them perfectly. It's like they're dresses. Now, women who do this, tell me, why? Why do you want this?
And how, for Ryan's sake?
No, just why? Why will do? I don't need to know how. I'm not going to do it
Because when
myself.
you're filming a movie and you don't want to be the boob one, then you got to do it.
Now, I'm going to say, I think Malloy's character in this movie is geology guy who thinks they're Japanese men.
Who's unsure, but eventually thinks maybe they are Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Malloy's character.
I mean, it would fit me, yeah,
Do
probably.
you do geology?
No, God, no.
Am I Japanese?
Do you like the science?
Am I Japanese? C. Now, Malloy, you've been to Japan.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
our previous guest, Oliver.
Yes. Oh,
And
yeah,
he
yeah.
hated it.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, that Malloy guy in Japan was a fucking
I was gonna
nightmare.
say, he's the worst morning person on the planet. You have no idea.
He
Now-
literally told me when we were doing the episode last week that he's not going to get much sleep and he's apologizes in advance, but he did fine.
And here's the thing. I'm glad you gave us that piece of information. Well, here's the thing.
yeah,
Being someone who's been to Japan,
Yes.
does Sean William Scott look like a Japanese man to you?
Well, he converted.
He converted. Does he look like a converted Japanese man?
I mean, he's probably too confident to get away with being a Japanese man. I think that's where the thing falls apart. But,
Pride.
Yeah.
Pride's his weakness.
Yeah. I think that's where the whole, like, charade falls apart. But
Because
if
the
you just did
Japanese
like,
are shy and
quite, yes.
insecure.
I wouldn't say insecure.
Have you seen their hentais? I don't think they're insecure, buddy.
Well, it's kind of like the more you
I
bottle...
have, thanks to the mystery box, Bartek.
Where was I that week? No, but...
We still have one in there.
Oh, if you want to watch some hentai, Bartek's got him.
No, but it's like the more you squeeze a bottle, the
Oh.
tighter... All right.
Okay,
I had an analogy and
sorry,
left and I'm coming back.
okay,
All right,
we're squeezing- we're
here's the
squeezing
thing.
bottles,
The more
yeah.
you confine or squeeze a bottle, the more it's going to push on itself and explode as it opens up. So the more confined you're going to push down a whole entire culture, such as Japan, how they're all
Yeah, that's
polite
Japan.
and etiquette. Yeah. Then you'll get hentai on the reverse side as it explodes in the charade of what is this?
Shit.
I mean, that's what it is. You go so far one way, it bounces back the
So,
other.
hear that, Bartek? If we push you hard, you'll come all over the place.
But only in cartoon.
Ore no turn, Doro.
I don't speak Polish! We already went through this!
Ay.
Kado ichinami sete, turn endo.
I don't know what you're saying, and I don't like it.
I said it's my turn, draw. I'd set one card and then
So
my turn.
much drama in today's episode.
So, do you guys like the film Super Troopers? Because this film has half the cast of it for some reason.
Oh, is that who they are?
And so's the bald guy with the armadillo helmet. So,
Ah.
I've always hated the film Super Troopers, and it came with a sequel this year that no one saw, so I guess we'll have to cover it on the show someday. Super Troopers 2, in which they said, hey, can we cast Rob Lowe in a villain role? And I said,
Ryan.
welcome, 1990s.
But Ryan, I thought you loved the word trooper in movies.
I like Starship Troopers. Is there other movies I like with
Well, it's
troopers?
S-troopers, so, you know.
Is there
same
other
thing.
movies that I like with troopers?
Probably. I don't know.
Give me my movies.
I gave you the hentai, and you put it in the mystery box.
Only one though.
It's
so-
to be fair, it's an OVA,
Don't say
not a movie.
my movie. Like your movie.
we
That's
found out
yours.
at your shelf. We put in the box. Now I did
I
love
like
the
how
fact.
Bartek's trying to defend it. It's like, it's no hentai, it's an OVA. Like,
No, I said it's not a movie.
Oh, right.
It is a hentai.
It's a yes.
Because here's the thing. I
If
love
this
the fact
movie was a
that this-
hentai, though, if the Dukes of Hazzard was a hentai, would it be more acclaimed?
Well, it would have to involve the car still, which would be the hard part. I mean, that's the whole. Because
It is an iconic element of the franchise, Ryan.
You can't remove the car, so the car would still have to be involved.
And, you know, Ryan, you made a joke earlier about fucking a car, or maybe it was a boy, I don't know, but one
it's
of
that
us
close to a
But
romance.
Wait, I like how Malloy thinks if you have to make a hentai, though, it wouldn't work because you have to have the car
You
in it. Like,
would.
as if my hentai version wouldn't involve the car.
You can't make a Dukes of Hazzard thing without the car.
Yeah, Ryan.
No matter what it is, you have to use the
But I
car.
It's like
never-
Star Trek without space.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
you need to
that's
use
actually
the car.
true. Here's the thing, though. At no point did I say we wouldn't have a car, but I just said, now, do you think this film would be successful if it was a hentai? And Malloy's just like, oh, that sounds like you're not going to have the car in it. So I guess it
Well,
was.
if you want it to be successful, it has to have the car. That's
Yeah,
his point.
exactly.
But this had the car and it wasn't successful. So
Because it wasn't
checkmate.
a hentai. It
That's
was only
because-
halfway there.
That's because people are bad. Like Roger Ebert.
Okay, no, hold on, Bartek.
Yes? Okay, I'll hold.
We have to apologize to Malloy because I think for a moment ago I understood what you said, which was it had to be successful. It had to have the car,
Mm-hmm.
but he was saying it has to be successful in terms of it has to be a hentai and have the car. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think we just have to apologize to Malloy. He's a hentai expert.
Well, I understood what he said, though.
Yeah, but
I've seen a lot of Transformers.
I think we will never fully understand his hentai expertise.
You apologize, and I'll thank him.
Oh, thank you.
Bartek apologizes for the lack of hentai knowledge, and I agree.
Sumimasen.
Oh,
There
there's
you
a
go.
double tap.
Double tap. Like, this is really important, uncut pieces of information.
Well, and this next line, I believe, was also cut out. And then
What the fuck was that?
Relax was in the theatrical, but what the fuck was that wasn't.
Yeah, they did cut that out.
I like in the outtakes at the end of the credits that they have like this big kiss, and then Sean Williams goes like, "What the fuck? That's the kiss you got? What am I? I'm really dumb." Like, I just like how Sean William Scott's like, "Come on, I wouldn't believe that." Like, Sean William Scott's a smart man. He knows his character. He knows how goofy he can and can't be.
And his name is 3 names. Sean William Scott. So, you know.
I mean, technically,
Bartek
everybody's
noticed.
3. Okay.
Now, have you ever worn a lab coat before, guys?
Yeah, this would kill him.
Yes.
Would it kill him?
Well, I mean, at least pull him all the way in until it would stop. It depends how strong that turning mechanism is.
Yeah,
I guess.
but he knew it was going like that, so he put his arms back, and then it ripped it off.
I don't know. It didn't look right when it came off. But it might just be me.
It's acting.
It's called
I know.
Hollywood.
The suit had so much acting in it. It was fantastic.
Now, did you
Just
guys feel a
roll off.
little tense when these guys were covered in black on their faces and they went through the hood with their Confederate flag?
Oh,
and
I
at no
laughed
point
at
did
that.
the
It was
gangsters
funny.
ever raise the fact that they look like they're in blackface?
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
What did they say?
They said, are you part of a reality TV show? And then they had the whole... Because they knew there was
yeah,
like
they said, "Are
entrapment
you a
thing.
part of a reality TV show who's going to get their ass beat or something?"
There was a thing where, like, are you pretending to be part of the hood? There was definitely a line there. There was
I
definitely one
think
there.
I think there was an IMDb review that hated the film but thought that was the best part.
Because that was definitely there. And then when the police came, it was great.
Uh-oh, it's women.
Fuck, not
Why does
women.
that sound like a battle cry?
Fucking women just...
Oh, women! Woo!
fucking women! Jesus. Oh no!
That's how it was great. That's how that scene played out. Oh no, it's women, and then they run. Here's the best part, though. The car behind their car is not the car that they took the sheet off of.
Oh, wasn't it?
No,
Well, you've
it's
got
a
very
different.
fine eye for details.
It's a
That's
different
crazy.
car. So did the car that had the sheet on it just accept that
What I
sheet
remember-
was no longer theirs, and they drove off?
Well,
I mean,
I
I
remember
guess.
when they took the sheet off, I was trying to pay attention to that car because I thought there was going to be a gag with it, but I didn't really get a good view of it.
You know what would have been a great gag if they ripped off the sheet and it was just some big hillbilly guy with a big mustache who said something.
I'm
goofy
glad
at
you
the
didn't say
end.
women. Because fuck
No,
me,
I would have
women.
said would have been funny if they took the sheet
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no,
yeah.
women.
Yeah, there's definitely a line here.
Turns out Prickett came back because Hulk paid him an assload of cash.
unless-
Don't mean Billy has anything to do with strip mining. You got to be kidding me.
Unless the
Oh shit,
unless-
roll them up.
unless the uncut version got rid of it.
What the hell is this, man? Looks like somebody's lost. Look, a couple white boys playing black. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it is there. I knew there was a line. I remember reading
Malloy knows his black lines, so it's good.
Sorry, I saw a woman in the back.
Oh no!
And it was one of the oh no women that Ryan referred to earlier.
Oh no!
Why are you a Native American woo-woo thing?
It's the battle cry.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
No, he's just offensive.
Oh, that's all right.
That's all right. That's all right. So here's the thing, though. Thank God the police showed up to stop these black guys from hurting these poor innocent white Southern boys.
Well, they're playing black, so they're not poor,
Well-
isn't white.
Well, but the police can see through that, though.
Ah.
See their true
Are you sure?
colors.
Because in their car, the windshield's kind of tinted black, so it'd be a bit harder, right?
But they're not in their car.
Well, obviously when they get out, yeah, but they had
But
to get
they-
out before.
But we're not talking about that. They're talking about
the
they're
order,
in car.
Ryan, is they had to notice then
And
get
their
out.
windows aren't. They're down.
Well, I'm talking about the front windshield.
Yeah. I understand what you're talking about, man.
And you'll notice that when in the prison cell, no windows. So
Well,
everyone can
there's
see the
little
truth.
grills
Yeah,
leading into the outside.
but no windows that are like tinted dark.
No, so you could see their little grilled faces.
And that's movie, mise-en-scene meaning.
You know-
There were windows, now there's none.
I really wish that he did something with the shoelaces. He's collecting all these shoelaces to make a little lasso.
Mm-hmm.
I really would have liked it at the end, like to stop Boss Hog. He just
It's like, oh,
threw
I
them.
still have the shoelaces.
And he uses it, and he gets him, and he's like, "Oh boy!"
Like,
and then,
wow, I didn't know you could use a lasso. I'm a farm boy.
And then freeze frame. That Duke boy.
Now that's what we call foreshadowing.
No, that's what we
Or Chekhov's
call.
gun.
No, that's what we call Chekhov's lasso.
Yeah, I do love the fact throughout this whole film it keeps having narration scenes like an episode of Dora the Explorer.
Well, it's like the episode of-
but like an American version of it. Like,
But that's what they do with Dukes of Hazzard. That's what it did in the old show, man. It would just like before an ad break, it would be like,
Them Duke boys are in trouble again. Or
"Oh,
something.
Duke boys in trouble again. Stay tuned."
That's one of the pop culture things I knew about the show.
I always think of like Family Guy making fun of it in lots of ways.
When does Family Guy make fun of other things?
unheard of, Bartek.
And then I bow.
You know what the greatest
Gracias.
episode of Family Guy is? None. Nah, I'm kidding.
Can we do a cutaway gag in this episode?
No.
No, Ryan, this is just like that time you said no. Then it cuts-
No.
I was gonna-
Darth Vader, can we do that again? Just because
Yeah.
they make things awkward. So
Yeah.
Power is strong in the Force.
Oh yeah, it has to be a Star Wars reference for no fucking reason.
Family Guy's never done Star Wars. Then I bow again.
And then you bow again, and then yeah, like that time that they didn't do Star Wars, and then I just play their whole episode of Star Wars that they did, and they
The Blue Harvest thing.
yeah, and then they make fun of the fact that Robot Chicken already did it, and Seth Green is a part of Robot Chicken and a part of Family Guy, so it's kind of like perfunctory, even on a higher level. But Seth MacFarlane just loves fucking money.
Seth MacFarlane's been on Robot Chicken. He did.
Can you blame a guy for liking money though?
I'm just Seth MacFarlane, and I just like fucking women and cash. That was my good Seth MacFarlane impression. I'm pretty good at it. I don't want to brag or anything.
Simpsons
but-
has made fun of Family Guy, so Quagmire should rape Marge. Logic.
Isn't that in? Wasn't that one of the
That
things
was
they
one of the
got in
big
trouble?
They did
Yeah.
a crossover. I don't remember.
And that was their little banner thing. It was like Simpsons and Family Guy, and Marge is there, and she gets jumped on by Quagmire, and he starts fucking her. It's like what?
And then the audio commentary, he was talking about how pissed off he was that he wasn't allowed to do that.
And then I'm sitting there like, you idiot. It should have been Maud Flanders' dead corpse that he dug up.
It should have been Duffman. It would have made it so much better.
Duffman fucking Quagmire? I agree.
Yes.
This is just like that time Duffman fucked Quagmire.
Oh, yeah.
Get off me!
And it's weird because...
Oh no! That's actually a really good Quagmire.
And it's
I know,
weird-
it's
and it's
scary.
really weird
That's
because...
actually really good.
I was gonna say...
I didn't know I had it in me.
That's really good.
I didn't know I had it in me.
No one knows until it happens to him. I was
Oh
gonna-
yeah.
Get off me!
One of my favorite Duffman moments is when he gets shot and he's like, "Oh no, everything's going dark. Oh my!" And he just starts like falling
they
down.
have that whole lore thing that like there's been like technically multiple Duffmen and you can like talk
Oh,
about them or something.
I thought there was multiple mole men.
No, one
No, you're talking.
Duffman.
No, I think you're talking about Mole Man. In The Simpsons,
what?
there's a theory that there's more than one Mole
No,
Man.
well, that's a theory. I'm talking about an actual thing. Like in the show, there have been multiple Duffmen. Like, wasn't there an episode where they were hiring a new one? Like that's one.
No,
of
they
them?
were hiring the dog to be the new Duff symbol. Like the dog surfed or something, or Santa's little helper saved someone, and they went, he could be Duff the dog, and they send him, and then he gets replaced at the end with a shark who's like Duff McShark. It's like the idea that every time they get replaced with something else.
I think there have been like multiple humans playing the Duffman character.
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure Homer's even been Duffman at one point.
No, you're right. It's really weird that Duffman appeared in the Dukes of Hazzard movie halfway through to play Daisy Duke.
And sex with Quagmire.
Daisy Duffman Duke.
Yeah.
Or Duke Duffman.
I'm pretty sure Transformers copied so many of these shots for shot.
When did Transformers come out?
We were in.
Must have been after this,
when we.
surely.
Oh, I know this. It was 2007 because I was in year 8 when
There
everyone
you
was
go.
talking about it.
Well, Michael Bay, you got some questions to answer alongside your friend Vin Diesel and The Rock. The Rock, who was in your film Pain and Gain. I'm seeing a lot of connections here to people who steal from the Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Wait, did you say The Rock?
Yeah.
Whoa, this is like that time we did that movie that had The Rock in it, and then you played the whole episode.
Yeah, which one?
Okay, play both.
Yeah, thank you.
Race to Witch Doom.
Yes. And then we play that excerpt in the tuxedo in which I talk about The Rock for no apparent reason.
This is like that time you mentioned The Rock in the Tuxedo episode. Stop raping me!
Wow, that was well timed.
Oh, I said fucking before, didn't I?
Now, here's the thing. They've been down for approximately 7 seconds, and somehow she managed to run over there, give them the keys, come back, be in the car, and drive away. But also, they've had enough time to escape, go back to the college, get the girls and the car, and drive by to wave it in their faces.
Maybe the girls were driving
Now,
the car.
I've never been that quick, but I'm just saying, the Dukes of Hazzard are superheroes. This came out the same year, I think, as The Incredibles, right? Maybe this is the superior film.
Might have been. Yeah, I'm pretty sure The Incredibles was 2005. I remember in year 6 talking about it, watching it at school camp.
There you go, Incredibles. You should have,
It was definitely a year error.
That's a lot of things that copied off this film.
This film
Like, it's actually really surprising now we start talking
ripped
about it.
off by Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Hollywood recycles ideas because they have script writers who work on multiple projects. I'm saying that Hollywood has script writers who watch other script writers' movies and steal their ideas.
That seems like
this
a
is
logical
just
response.
like the time Hollywood made a movie.
I feel like Alex Jones in this episode, where it's like, oh, they're putting a fag formula in the water, turning the freaking frogs gay. I feel
To be fair, has anyone asked the frogs?
I'm the Alex Jones of podcast film
This is
talk.
just like the time the frogs turned gay.
This is exactly turning the freaking frogs gay. I'm the Alex Jones of the film podcast world at the moment. I feel like that's like, these Dukes of Hazzard boys have been ripped off by that Obama.
Buy my supplement!
But then who am I, your co-host?
Well, you're the expert that he has come on and he interrupts them every 2 seconds. That's our dynamic too. Isn't that right?
This is just
Yes, exactly, that's right!
This is exactly
These
like
are the
time I
best
did that.
supplements in the world!
I love this one of Alex Jones where he's like screaming and yelling and doing all that crazy stuff, and he's just like, "That's not how you open a jar of pickles."
Oh, the
and
pop thing.
and then he's like,
That's your favourite.
"That's my favorite." But there's one where he's like yelling about like, "I will fucking destroy you," and then he just clears his throat and he goes, I've got these great supplements here.
Because he has to keep product placement in there.
Wait, is that the one where he
Wait,
rips his shirt in half and he does the full Rambo thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
I like the one where he randomly sang to the tune of DuckTales. I'm sure that was real, right?
Chemtrails. Woo!
Into the cyberspace.
One of my favorites is when he's talking about Donald Trump having to verse goblins. He's like, I don't want him going into a cave of goblins, up to his knees in goblin vomit and slop.
I don't know why everyone hates him. He's hilarious.
It's because he's a fear-mongering, hateful bastard
But you could just
who
not
scares
get
his
stuff.
own children.
I love the fact that he was in court trying to argue that it's a character.
And
I
at the
always
same
thought
time,
it was.
And at the same time, but many people don't. But at the same time, he was in court because the yogurt company was suing him because he said that they put AIDS in their yogurt.
See,
so...
that one's
The
a fair
thing I loved
court
was
case,
that in the court he was like, it's a character, but then on the show it's like, I lied in the court.
But I mean, he literally has gone entering the cyberspace. Come on, it has to be a character.
He's been doing it for 30 years.
Unless
so-
it's like one of those split personality things that he doesn't actually know it's a character
I
anymore.
think he's
when
just
he enters
insane.
the show, he becomes the guy, and when he leaves the show, it's not.
Well,
Maybe-
you knew about it enough to talk about it in court.
Maybe he's eaten too many zebra steaks, because that's his favorite food, apparently.
We're about to see the statue of General
This is
Lee.
really cool.
This is such a cool car stunt that I'm pretty sure I saw the Fast and Furious rip it off. Having never
What?
watched past the third movie, I'm pretty sure they ripped it
Wait,
off.
really?
They're boring to me.
I've only seen
Then
the third.
watch 4 onwards.
No! People do this to me all the time.
What?
I give up with something like, I'm done with Game of Thrones after season 5, and then you get, oh, but that's so close, just keep watching.
No,
Why?
no, okay.
Why? Why do I want? Think about this. You want me to watch 4 to, they're up to, 7 or 8 now? You want me to dedicate more than 12 hours of my
No,
life?
I want you to ignore the first 4 films.
I already can't do that. I've watched them.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, the first 3 and Tokyo Drift are literally like fake drama, crime
Yeah, because
racing.
you know
They're-
why?
they're
Because they
stupid.
watched Point Break and said, "I want to do that, but with cars instead of surfing."
Yeah, 4 onwards are literally superhero movies.
Yeah, I understand.
They're not the same thing.
Yeah,
They're so
but here's
dumb.
the thing. Here's the thing. They're all about, but they still have those dopey moments where it's like, "We're family, man."
Oh yeah, but it's so stupid.
Yeah, but
It's so stupid now. It's hilarious.
yeah, it's always been stupid.
There's literally a moment where The
I
Rock
think-
gets up and he does a
He
full
flexes his
and
arm
it
cast
breaks all
off
the
it.
cars.
Just to be clear, because you said skip the first 4, but then watch 4 onwards. So what do you do with the 4th one? Do you watch it or
fucking
not?
watch it.
skip
No,
it.
because Tokyo Drift doesn't have a number.
No,
But it's still the
what I'm
final
asking
series.
is, what I'm asking is, do you watch the 4th one or not?
Well,
'Cause you're getting mixed messages.
Because the 4th one, because they didn't name Tokyo Drift.
I don't care. I'm asking, do you watch the 4th one or not?
Dude, the Fast
I
and
think
Furious
so, I believe
franchise,
so.
isn't it like?
Just start with 5. Just
But isn't the Fast and Furious franchise like Fast and Furious, then Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift, The Fast and the Furious?
Well,
Like,
the latest
it's-
one was The Fate and the Furious, because it
yeah,
was number 8.
and the 7th one was like
Fast 7 or something?
Fast 7. Like they don't know how to name their movies.
Well, no.
I can't wait for them to get to the point where they're in space. You know, like
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet,
What
honestly.
number rhymes with space?
The problem is you can't drift in space.
8.
That's where the
the close
problem
one.
is. They'd have to figure out a way to make cars
18
work
then.
in space, then they do
18.
it.
So, the Dukes of Hazzard don't go to space in this movie, which was a major detriment to the audience who saw it, because they thought this was going to be the next Apollo 13. But it did.
14th one then.
Next one, you're correct. The other ones were.
I know what number come after 13.
Are you sure, though?
Yeah, I do.
15, yeah?
That's right, boy.
Yeah!
Chemtrails!
That was good maths. That's like that time you were in Mr. Gogan's class.
Oh, wow, that's really a reference I get.
That's a stinking marble!
A snake in your boot.
That's stink, it's
stinking.
America.
Stink.
Stink.
It's a snake. Don't come at me.
We're not
like
talking about Toy Story. We're talking about the other cool thing.
We're talking about America.
Stinking boot.
We're
Stinky
talk-
boot.
I like how you
There's a
said
stinking-
stinking boot, but he's like, we're talking about America. Like that's what Malloy hobbled together.
Yeah.
We're talking about America.
Yeah.
We're
So
talking about American film Toy Story. We're talking about America.
Yeah, exactly. That's the difference. One's a movie and one's a cartoon. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
So, guys, I want to hear from you. What was the most surprising element or moment of the film for you when you watched it?
Right here, he doesn't drop it.
Well, I'm not surprised. It's Enos. He's very good.
I was waiting for the drop, but he doesn't do it. It
Well,
was a huge surprise.
you know, tough shit, buddy.
I know.
Biggest surprise element for you in this?
That they left the Hazzard County and
Yeah, even though I'd seen it before, they have a fade to black and then they fade up and they're in traffic. And I'm like, where are they? Oh, they're outside of Hazzard?
well, they said that they were leaving, but I think just in general the fact that they left Hazzard County, like I thought it was just going to be all set there.
You know what they should have called this movie? Just The Dukes, because Hazzard is not in it the whole time.
Are they in the same state the whole time?
Georgia, yeah.
Georgia,
Hence
yeah.
they can have the governor at the end.
The Dukes of Georgia.
The governor at the... Yeah, they should have called it the Dukes of Georgia. That would actually be a great name.
Hazzard sounds better though.
No, you're just thinking of it because it's already been established as a name.
But it's got 2 Z's. Unlike the word Hazzard.
Which is funny because I was saying to my girlfriend, she was like, how do I look up the movie? I'm like, it's called The Dukes of Hazzard. And she wrote in with 1 Z and couldn't find it. And I'm like, it's 2. And she's like, that's not how you spell Hazzard. Talking about spelling, oh boy, I know how to spell the word hazard.
Hold on. So
I was wondering where you were going to
wait,
go with that.
but it's a woman, so shouldn't it be oh no?
Yeah, oh no, women.
Is everything to do with women beginning with an O?
Or a battle cry.
Oh, boo, women. No, this is an iconic scene just because she's very sexy and she's in a bikini and it's just like, there you go.
This smile that comes up is pretty funny.
I like in the outtake, is it? I like in the outtake the one guy. I love in the outtake the one guy. I think it's the governor guy when she screws up a take and he's just like, "It's okay, I distracted you because I was too busy looking at your tits." And she's like, I'm like,
That's Southern
"Oh
humor.
boy."
To be fair, that's a pretty hilarious out of
It
tone
was because her
thing to say.
tits in that particular scene were off the chain nuts. Not in this scene that we just saw, but in the
Off the
courtroom
chain
scene.
nuts.
D's nuts? That's a Vine reference for you younger listeners
please
out
don't.
there.
Please don't be that guy.
Why? Don't you like Vines?
No, I don't like the D's nuts joke. It's one of the lamest jokes I've ever seen in my life.
MFW when he makes a Vine joke.
Hey, Malloy. How about D's nuts?
Implying that you have nuts.
Got him!
Thanking the bus driver.
The worst. Oh, yeah. I can't believe you went this far not knowing that was a meme. I don't know how you missed it.
I've been thanking bus drivers all my life.
Did you know your life's been a meme?
Apparently it has. He's stumbled into being a meme.
Could someone look up if the Dukes of Hazzard movie has a meme in itself? I think the meme would be something around the race car driver because he has a real cocky face.
I just assumed Duke of Hazzard Rule 34 would be the closest you get to any meme for this.
What? Have you looked that up?
I mean, would Rule 34 by itself be a meme?
No, it's just a
porn.
fact.
It's just porn.
What? Just how stern you were about that. I mean, it's like you're a hard-hitting investigative journalist of Malloy about the memes, and you're just like, click your pen, click. Would Rule 34 even be a meme? It's just porn.
What do you have to say on this?
What do you have to say on that?
That's like Ace Attorney.
And then they cut to this shot of Malloy, and he's like sweat going down.
They just sweat all over
Ace Attorney.
I
made a good point.
Did you enjoy that sound, listening people?
Why, thank you.
I'm going to loop it, and it will be called the Malloy album, and I'll spell it with one L, because that's how you spell Malloy's name.
Oh,
just take a bunch of clips from this episode, like me with my Quagmire, and just edit it into a song.
You can finally get a song.
And,
you just need a bait.
And I'll make a song called Oh No, Women.
And added that. Oh no, women. Stop.
It's like the world's worst scat band, I swear to God.
One of my favorite TV shows was the TV show Life Support, which was a satire on lifestyle shows in Australia, and it had Abby Cornish in it, and she played a character of Penny, and she wanted to make an album like Fatboy Slim, and she just went to her nearest plane crash and took the black box recording and just remixed that into an album.
No,
and like, and there's songs on there like what's that beeping sound?
Oh my God! Holy crap!
And the album she called it. It's a sketch, but it's the album she called it like Descent to the Bottom or something like. But my favorite was
Bottom of the Sky, right?
My favorite one was Jenny, I Love You. It's just like this emotional ballad about Jenny, I love you, and it's like he's dead.
Oh God!
Oh God! I'm Malloy. I'm a human shrimp. I wear a little top hat.
No, I would totally love to wear a little top hat. No,
on a jaunty angle.
Oh yeah, of course, on a little taint. No, but actually, probably erase that.
Wait, what did you say?
Like a little taint angle, but yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand. I still don't understand. I thought you said on a little taint.
Yeah, that's why I realized without the angle terminology, it comes off real wrong.
Hey guys,
yeah, no, I did.
Have you ever wanted to wear a little top hat on your little taint?
Is there like a mathematical term for taint?
It's just a reverse butt plug with a little top hat on.
I was hanging out. I can't remember if it was when we were hanging out with our group of friends, or I was hanging out with someone, and I said the word taint, and they're like, "What the fuck's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's the bit between the genitals and the."
To be fair, it's also a verb to taint something.
Yeah, I know, but I said it like that guy's taint. And they're like, what's that? It's like the bit between the butthole and the genitals. And they're like, oh, I know it is this. And I'm like, I've never...
What, gooch or something?
Gooch. That's for when it's a woman.
Okay.
Because it's littler. Okay. Ours is a taint or the fleshy fun bridge. So...
the Sahara.
I had a teacher in primary school. His name was Mrs. Gooch.
Oh, that was.
But at the time, I didn't know about.
That's okay. We had a teacher at my school called Miss Thrush.
She taught me to tell the time.
Did she? Did the Gooch tell you the time?
Yeah. Well, she taught me how to read a clock.
God
of a child. I'm saying.
Did she teach you how to read too?
Read a clock.
Read a cock.
Clock.
The Gooch taught him how to read a cock.
Oh no!
Like, would that realistically? Would that be like, oh, this one's erect or something?
It would be like, this one's a flaccid, this one's a circumcised, this one's a full,
and this one's just right.
This is a semi. This is an erect. This is a cold penis. This is a warm penis. This is a sweaty penis. I could go on.
Could you tell a
Welcome to the penis podcast.
hot to cold penis based on sight alone?
Sight? Yeah, sweat, man.
But what if it's not sweating, but it's
Well,
still
you can
hot?
tell a cold penis. Shrinkage?
the one
Seinfeld went into this already.
But what if it's like fully erect, but it's just really small?
Well, alright, we already mentioned the Japanese before, mate, if we're going to stereotype.
Well, I mean, if you...
Well, no, we look at theirs, there's just pixels on it because you're not allowed to see genitals.
Just a line, just a line.
Bartek, is there something you want to tell
They
us?
mainly have pixels.
Well,
not
I was
just
going to
lines.
defend them, but then Ryan went into the small penis thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Defend them. What, penis?
What if they're insecure?
The penis?
Maybe they're... Maybe
Did he
they are.
actually do that?
What?
The fire a crossbow over a car?
Did he shoot a real policeman
No,
with
not
a fire
the shooting
crossbow?
bit, the firing it.
I mean, did you see it?
Did you see it?
Well, yeah, but you know they.
It
just
was
film
him, buddy.
Okay, fair enough.
It's Johnny Knoxville.
It's
That's
Johnny.
true. He's mad enough to probably do it.
Johnny broke his penis.
If you
Knoxville.
want to be dumb, you got to be tough.
It's true. Him
Hey.
and Tom Cruise are both insane.
Now let's not forget, he was in Men in Black 2. This guy knows what he's doing.
Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah.
yeah, who was he
Who
in
did
Men
he
in
play?
Black?
He was the henchman to the lead villainess. He had two heads.
Ooh, I got to watch it again.
He was the one with he had a backpack on and his head came out of the backpack on a little tentacle.
Okay, I got to watch it again. I haven't watched it in a long time.
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
remember that.
I wasn't into the Johnny Knoxville back then.
You idiot.
Apparently,
That was
so.
at the height of Jackass as well, I was thinking.
I mean, I didn't know the name Johnny Knoxville. I just knew, hell, there's a bunch of guys in Jackass.
But he's the main one, right? He's the head ass.
I assume he is, yeah.
You assume or you know? You've watched them.
I know I've watched parts of most of them, but I think I saw the third one.
This is so cool.
Malloy.
Yeah, okay, so wait, but like...
Well, when I saw the third one, I knew Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is, just having watched any of them, wouldn't you, just by watching
The
them
only-
alone, get the
the only
fact that he's the head guy?
Well, the only name, yeah, well but the only name that I remembered was Wee Man, because it's Wee Man.
Isn't there one... who cares?
I know the names. I know some of the names now.
Billy Zane. No, just names. That's an actor. Billy Zane. He was in Titanic. He's
And
the
Jackass, apparently, because that's what we're talking about,
He
right?
was in Zoolander.
Yeah, but we're talking about Jackass.
Oh, let's go back to the fucking Dukes. The best film ever made.
Sean William Scott, Johnny Knoxville. He was in Jackass, did you know that?
Did you know Sean William Scott was in Dude, Where's My Car? The film that you've watched the most but remember fucking nothing about, apparently.
Well, the
unless
one thing you
you're-
brought up I didn't remember.
Which was the end?
I
I was like, where their car was? The whole movie was about?
what can I say? I forgot.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of weird
That's
stuff.
what I was
happens.
saying! That's exactly
Oh, well, no, what you were saying was that I forgot the whole thing.
That's the most important part of the thing!
I remember Zoltan and they did this.
The visual representation for me worked, but
Yeah.
not for the audience.
But I'm proving it to you. The audience believes
You know what's
Born
great?
Friend.
You know what's great? Since I have no recollection of the movie, I cannot dispute your claims. You could be giving me absolute bullshit right now, and I wouldn't know.
I remembered Fabio was in it.
Well, how could anyone forget? Fabio's always in everything.
Well, did you forget?
No.
Good, then you didn't forget.
I remembered he was in Bubble Boy, too.
And then?
And then...
And then?
And then... And then...
And then, and then, and then, and
Yeah,
then,
the
and
classic!
Yeah.
Classic and then moment. Hey,
A
have you...
unicorn? That's a quote.
Wow. Wow. Did you know the judge's name is Locke? That's his first name.
Like L-O-C-K? I mean, H?
No, Locke.
Oh.
That's what it said on his thing just then. Honorable Locke Rudolph. Unless his first name's Rudolph and his last name's Locke.
Do you like the name Locke?
It's no born.
It's one of the main characters in Final Fantasy VI.
Oh,
It's a pretty appropriate judge name, though, to be fair.
let's get on to it.
Like, that's the name you're destined to be a lawyer with.
Lockin'.
Yeah,
Lock
like-
him up.
Yeah, like Lock the Law. Yeah. Exactly.
Wait. I
the
made...
law.
I don't know. Yeah, thank you. I said the normal thing, lock him up. And he said, no, lock the law. Like, fuck. What?
You know, Locke Final
Well, if
Fantasy
you want to
VI.
make, like, a catchphrase, Lock 'em up's kind of lame.
End this episode with Locke's theme.
Lock it up.
Lock
up
the
the law.
law.
Lock
Lock
the
the
law.
law. I fought the law and lock the law.
Yeah.
This
So-
isn't Man of the House.
So the Governor General... No, the Governor General. That's the Australian. The Governor of the state here...
I would have gone with it anyway.
He's a great actor. He's, he's one of those actors that You look him up and you go, wow, he's been in everything. One of his most iconic roles for myself, I don't know if either of you have seen this, but the Martin Scorsese adaptation of Cape Fear with Robert De Niro. He plays the private investigator that they hire to search and investigate Robert De Niro's character and make sure he's not up to anything, illegal. But he has an iconic scene in which The Simpsons make a parody of it, not in the Cape Fear episode, but in another one, I'm pretty sure. I think it's the one where they get a gun, maybe. But they're tying the teddy bear up on the armchair, on the kitchen chair with a bunch of fishing lines that's attached to every window and doorknob in the house. So when anyone tries to open or move it, it moves the bear. He's the investigator, and he uses that in Cape Fear, and his characterization in Cape Fear for that character, honestly, I would want to watch a whole movie about that private investigator guy, and that's how good he is as an actor. And in this movie, I want to see a whole movie about the governor character. I want to see where he got that tie. Is he still governor today? Did he maybe he's like that governor in Canada who did meth?
Does he like boobs?
Does he like boobies? And is he an environmentalist like he said he is in this? Or is he John Goodman in Evan Almighty?
You're making this sound like a really deep thought you've got here.
And it was, wasn't it? Wasn't it deep?
Yeah.
Deep as my loins?
See, now I don't want to inquire further.
You want to inquire further about
No,
my
I don't.
loins?
I really don't. No.
So, Malloy, loins are a thing that I have, and they're very deep.
I can't.
And you didn't even look at the visual.
Oh, I saw it out of the peripherals of my eye.
Sorry, doing the joke of fingers in the ears doesn't work with headphones on.
No.
That'll make you hear it more.
The best thing. Hey, when you saw this wheelchair kid, there was a wheelchair kid that just went by. I honestly, look, I know this might sound ableist, but I never thought in my life that I would just see them use a random wheelchair extra without using them for some physical gag. Like, I honestly thought he was going to say something to the kid or run him over with his car.
You weren't expecting this film to just simply be inclusive.
Yeah. I didn't expect that because I'm not used to that.
To be fair, yeah, it was 2005.
It was 2005. It was a different time,
All the wheelchairs back then, well, you don't remember any.
It was before Trump.
It's not like they were burning witches. It wasn't that long ago.
Hey, it was when George W. Bush Jr. was in charge. You know that, man. He's
Second term.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you know George W. Bush Jr. He's an artist now. You may know him for his great artwork, such as 9/11, the Iraq War.
Are you saying it's an
Ryan.
inside job, Ryan?
No.
Is that where this is going,
Ryan,
Ryan?
I think Ryan, hold on.
9/11 was an inside job, as
Ryan.
was Sandy Hook.
Jet fuel
Ryan.
can't melt steel beams.
You say that he made those during his presidency.
Yeah, but
It doesn't
he's
make
an
sense
artist.
if he's an artist
But
now.
he's always an artist.
Well, that's what you should have said.
No, but he's an artist now.
Just not president.
He's not president now. I can't say.
Not-
remember
yeah.
President Bush, who was an artist and is one now? Remember George W. Bush, the president, who's an artist now? You may remember his artwork, such as 9/11. No, I'm not saying it's an inside job.
Wow.
Or am I?
Well, did he paint it outside or inside?
Well, you can pay on the underline.
As long as the numbers are right.
I feel like there's a Family Guy cutaway we can make here.
George Costanza! Like, I just imagine George
This
W.
is just
Bush.
like that time George made 9/11, but it's Costanza. That's the cutaway gag.
Plane hit a building. What's up with that?
That's Seinfeld, who you think is kind of cool.
Okay.
No, you're even wrong. It's not even Seinfeld. Get this. It's the B movie. It's the B movie when they're landing the plane. And he's just like, oh, jeez, Renee Zellweger, we're going to crash into that building. And she just turns to the camera and goes, 2 buildings. And then, like, the camera shakes. What, too soon?
Was this before or after the court case?
Oh, after. That's the end of the
Yeah, I
movie,
need
if
to
you
make
remember
sure- I
B
need to-
movie.
yeah, I need to
Do
make
you
sure
remember
the B's
B
fine.
movie?
Never seen it.
Really?
Wow. Well, B movie's an interesting movie about Jerry Seinfeld, who's a bee.
I know the film.
And his best friend is Matthew Broderick, who's a bee.
It's a meme.
Is it?
Just like thanking the bus driver.
You can't get over that, can you?
I was just surprised because
Something
you
you've
found
been
it so
doing
funny.
your whole entire life, and
Yeah.
I just got off like...
Can you blame me if I've been doing it my entire life?
Malloy,
No, but-
Malloy, it's like if you just smiled and went, "That's a meme,"
I mean, I got braces. It
and
probably
then
is.
you know it is.
braces!
No,
I'm like, well, Ryan, it was the troll
fuck,
face.
no, guys. If we're gonna be real meme experts here, Malloy just said it. He has braces. He's that red-headed kid. That smile.
Bad Luck Brian.
That's Malloy.
Oh, gee.
I think, Malloy, your brother's a redhead, isn't he? Or am I mistaken?
Wait.
Yeah, it's not
Malloy,
really red.
Malloy, we've got to ask. Is your brother a redhead? Do you know?
No, he is a little bit, but not really.
What's his name?
Steven?
Younger or older?
Older.
Of course. Yeah. There's no younger brother called Steven.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a
That's
younger...
a good point. I can't think of
No,
one.
no.
Do you have a younger sibling?
Nah.
You sure?
I was enough. Too much.
Do you have any other older siblings?
No.
Just him?
Yeah.
You were the final nail?
Yeah.
In your mum?
Yeah. Probably would have worded it differently. But yeah.
You agreed. Oh, I worded it perfectly. There's the classic scene in which Willie Nelson's throwing Molotov cocktails at them, and his famous line about him thinking about pussy. Because it's Willie Willie Nelson's in this, by the way, the country musician and guy who's been on King of the Hill a few times. Willie Nelson. Can we just give it up for Willie?
This is just like that time we gave it up for Willie.
We always give it up for Willie.
Thank you, Willie.
Yep.
You joined...
Willie and Up. I get it.
Oh, the film Up. Willie Nelson's not in the film Up. That's a completely different man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
The little Asian boy, but like...
Yeah, do you know they know... You do know that they base a little Asian boy on a full-grown man?
I know now.
No, seriously, we'll look it up later, but the little Asian boy from Up is based on one of the people who work at Pixar, and he looks exactly like...
Nelson?
Yeah.
No, one of the animators or producers or whatever, he looks exactly like the little Asian boy in Up, but he's an adult. He's just a grown man who just looks like that kid. It's creepy. So here's the film clip that just begins, and of course the film clip is cut off by an amazing joke. I think this is really good because it subverts expectations.
Yeah. And can I say, as someone who thought, oh, is this where the music video begins, the subversion hit extra hard.
Yeah, because you thought Women Cop?
Yeah, I honestly didn't even see it.
2005?
No, it wasn't in that. I didn't even see her when she walked up.
Yeah, she's great, but I love her. Just like, go away, bitch, help yourself. What are you doing, boy? They're just like, she's great. I thought she was wonderful.
She's like, are you thinking with your dicks?
You thinking with your Richards? Is that what you think?
Little Richards?
Little Richards? Woo!
This is just like that time I thought about my Little Richard.
I'm just thinking about Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite.
You fall in love with that film, haven't you?
I own the film. Anaconda liquor gives you woo, and who's famous for going woo? Little Richard.
My favourite part was where the guy laughed really loud and I didn't hear much.
Which part?
The part where the guy laughed really loud and I didn't hear much.
Which part's that?
I'm talking about you.
Oh.
You weren't there.
What do you mean I wasn't there?
You weren't there.
You asked me to bring Malloy.
And then you left. Imagine this.
No,
this is
Will.
the narrative. Yeah, you're Will Brooks, our friend. So, we watched Black Dynamite one time. That's the end of that story. A great film.
Good
You should
story.
check it out. It's a masterpiece. Bartek was a little snooty because he was like, this is just Dolomite. And I'm like, is it?
I didn't...
You said that at the start of the movie. You were just like, this is pretty much Dolomite. And I'm like, it's called Black Dynamite.
Well, I wasn't being snooty. I was just like, oh, like the plot is similar to... That's all I said.
With his arms crossed. The natural stance.
I'm not even a big fan of Dolomite. I was just like, oh, I've made an observation.
Someone's a fan of Dolomite. You know what they say? You don't like Dolomite means you do love Dolomite.
What if I do like Dolomite and I say
Then that means you fucking love Dolomite.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't fucking love Dolomite.
So that sounds like you fucking love it.
No, it just means by your logic, it means I like it.
You do like it, though. I've never watched Dolomite, but I should. Because Bartek says it's great, from what I hear from his opinion.
It's okay.
Is Dolomite an unappreciated masterpiece? Probably not.
I think a lot of people like it.
Dolomite! So, Malloy,
Yeah.
you like cars.
Ironically, yes, considering it can't drive, yes.
Do you like the General Lee?
Have you been to any car races in real life?
One. Long time ago.
Yeah, when? Tell me.
Oh, jeez. It was probably...
Where was it? Who were you? When was I?
Well,
Which Mario Kart was it?
No.
Were we ganging up on you?
Was it actual... It was a rally car thing. I'm trying to remember what it was. A while ago. It was like 9 years ago.
Wow, that's a long time ago. That was like half his lifetime ago.
Well, it was a few years after this movie, if it was
it was just around the time you met you.
Yeah, it was weird. It was one of those things that it started off enjoyable, but then there's only so many laps you watch the cars go around when they're not crashing.
Was it the Phantom Menace?
No, it was an actual race. I'm talking about actual cars in Bartek. I'm not being facetious.
I have a friend whose his name's Tim, and we're from New South Wales, and he was always like, every year he'll be like, I'm going to Phillip Island, and I'm going to watch the races, and I'm like, whoop-de-doo! Like, I genuinely don't get. And then he would go, and he would come back, and he would brag about having gone to see races at Phillip Island for 2 months. Every day he would come, he's like, when I went to Phillip Island, and I'm like, when I said fuck off about Phillip Island.
As someone who's grown up in Victoria, races in Phillip Island are like, bread and butter. Just that's all you think about when you think of Phillip Island.
Well, that and penguins. No, penguins.
And Phillip.
I was being sarcastic. Is that actually a big thing there?
Yeah,
races?
Penguins are a huge
No,
thing.
penguins, yes, but the racing.
Oh, wait, hold on. A lot of things are going on right now. Penguins or penguins?
Penguins.
In Polish, it's pingvin, so when I say it in English, it kind of mixes it.
Well, I'm sorry about that. That's a disqualification on pronunciation.
But you speak Polish, you should know this.
I don't. I'm going to take away your
right,
Australian citizenship here.
I was born here, you can't do that.
I can. I'm Malcolm Turnbull, baby.
No, you're not. You're Ryan Slewinski.
I'm going to do a plebiscite for
hold
fucking
on.
reason
Hold on.
to get your citizenship taken away.
Say the name of the person whose citizenship you're taking.
Bartek.
Unborn friend.
But I'm your friend, so I can call you Bartek.
Yes, but on my birth certificate it says born friend. It says my dad's a scientist.
What's your middle name, though? Bartek.
Piotr.
Don't know that, though.
I just told
Don't
you.
know that. Well, I'm the Prime
Born
Minister.
Piotr friend.
Guess what? I'm corrupt. I'm changing your birth certificate.
Hey, on my birth certificate it says my dad's a scientist. He'll throw chemicals at you.
Is he a scientist?
Well, he's into computers, so...
That's... Scientist?
I guess computer sciences?
I question the chemical component of that statement, but...
Well, it's just a vague scientist.
Watch out! This computer has mercury in it.
Oh no, battery acid!
That's a planet, dummy.
My dad's a scientist. What does he do? He likes
Math.
computers.
Well, he's computer sciences. Yeah.
There you go. My dad's a scientist too. What does he do? He's a carpenter. Well, that involves fucking physics, so I guess it works out in the end.
He's got a hammer and a nail.
He's Jesus. So,
Can I just say, we completely ignored a really well-produced racing scene.
Did
We ignored the fact that Ryan's dad's Jesus.
No, my dad's Steve
thought that was-
Tyler, as is yours, as is Malloy's.
Wait, hold on,
Everybody's
hold on.
dad is Steve
Did you
Tyler, the musician.
Is Steve Tyler a younger brother?
Our younger brother?
Yeah.
No, he's our dad.
No, is he a younger brother?
Oh, well, obviously.
Do we have an uncle that's older than our dad, Steve Tyler?
No. Here's the thing. Obviously not. And also, my dad's name is Steven. He's the older sibling, so he's the older brother. Actually, I want to look that up at one point. Is Steve Tyler someone's sibling, and is he the elder? Because is there a world where there is a Steven, like Steven? Steve's different. Steve you can have as younger.
Yeah,
but
is that like a nickname?
But Steven...
Because we have a friend named Steven, and he's an older brother.
Well, yeah, it has to be older if you're going by Steven, right? But if you're just Steve, you can be young.
Little Stevie.
You can be little Stevie. Little Stevie. Little Stevie Ravon.
Is there a distinction between the V and the PH then? Like, are the PHs the older brothers?
Yeah, definitely. But
What about, what's your dad?
he's a PH.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's a PhD in Steveology. What's your brother? Is he a V or a PH?
Or do you forget?
He doesn't even know.
This is the guy that thought Malloy with 2 L's was his last name.
Yeah, this is the guy who spelled his own last name wrong.
My brain is just
Our friend
exploding
Steven is
here.
a PH.
Just trying to follow it. No, he's a PH.
Wow. So definitely an older brother.
I went to school with a V who was an older brother, though, so I guess...
You know, I never really thought that deeply about how many different spellings there are of Steven.
There's 2, so there you go.
I feel like there's probably more than that, but...
Okay, maybe in other languages, but they don't count for the English.
Stavros.
Couldn't you put an I in it?
Stavros? Nope. Nope. That's Steven.
Yeah,
That's not Stephen.
they could be silent.
I mean, it's a whole world out there. It
Welcome
could be anything.
It's the whole wide world.
Welcome to Stephen in Polish.
Stephen Polish.
So the Dukes, here they are. They're getting, arrested, or are they?
They're getting
What a
quartered.
plot twist of a magic proportion.
I love the bit where the little girl tugs on Boss Hogg, being like, "Is it true that you were going to strip mine town?" Well, I wanted to try.
And then she's like, this is just like the time that you didn't do that.
I do love there's a little gag in which he's like Enid, Enos is like foiled all of these plans, and I'm pretty sure most, if not all of those plans were actual plans he tried to do in the TV show.
That's clever. Which means smart.
But it also just shows the cartoony nature of the TV show because those plans were fucking insane and crazy. So, here's the Duke's real favorite sons. They're cousins, not brothers.
They're someone's son.
They're Hazards.
Wait.
Someone's
So,
son.
But if they're Hazard's sons, that means they're brothers. Do you get what I mean by that logic? Yeah, you do.
so there's 3 families of cousins that all know each other?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, but yeah. I guess.
Why? They're from the South. You have many siblings in the South.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's a fair point.
I mean, hey, come on. Bartek's got a pretty big family of steps and halves and whatever. I mean, why can't the South have that but not even be steps and halves? Also, this woman is, we haven't mentioned this, but that's
Pauline?
Linda Carter, who I'm pretty sure was the original, is the TV Wonder Woman.
Whoa, this is completely different.
What, he's smoking an apple. What do you want?
They didn't do any of this at all. Wow, they changed so much.
Whoa, it's me,
No.
Malloy.
Before, they were in there and the mayor was in there.
The mayor or the governor?
No,
I had the mail.
the governor was in there. There was a couple of other people, and they changed a lot there, actually. That was weird.
You know what's really
That
weird?
was crazy. But
The mail was there too, just sitting there unopened the whole time.
oh no!
Hey, do you have cousins, and do you proceed to have sex with women next to your cousin in the car that you're in? Because I don't,
Well, you don't have a car,
but maybe they have a car.
but you don't have a car.
Yeah, but maybe it's their car.
Why would you get into a car?
Well, why wouldn't I? I don't have a... I'm actually, if anything, I would be the Johnny Knoxville because I don't have a license, nor does he.
Yeah.
So,
I just realised a lot of us can't really drive.
a lot of us, you mean all three?
Well, I know how to drive. I just don't have a license.
Yeah, no, it's...
So you can't. So,
yeah, you
Can't in the
drive.
sense that not allowed. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
you,
well,
you
that's-
are not
you
allowed to
can't
drive.
drive.
Yeah, not allowed.
If I pulled you over, you would be in real trouble.
If
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
the last person on Earth, though,
It's crazy how
Can't
that
pull me
works
over.
out.
Well, but at the same time, you know,
probably no petrol. Yeah.
that and there would still be petrol, but like,
Well, I mean, I'll use it all.
that yes, unless you drive from place to place to petrol station.
Hold on a
to
second.
petrol
Fred
station.
Flintstone, I can do the foot thing.
Yeah, of course. That's not driving though. That's just running.
I mean, it's Flintstone's driving.
Could you actually get charged if someone was pushing the car while you were steering it?
What?
Because you're not actually driving.
Yes, you can because you're obstructing traffic.
I can't do it on the freeway. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not on the freeway. Well, obviously you can't push someone fast enough to be on the freeway. But like on a road, would that be fine?
No, you'd be obstructing traffic.
Huh.
What?
What?
You know, people could get fucking in trouble for driving like a ride-on mower or one of those motorized scooters.
Well, I assume that's because if a car hits them, they'll
Well, if you're
die.
pushing a car, it's
because
not a
they're
motorized scooter.
obstructing traffic.
Oh, okay.
I
guess-
don't know what I have to say. He's like, well, if you don't do it on a highway, but you do it on a road, is it obstructing traffic? Do cars drive on roads? Well, yeah.
Well, maybe they should get on the
Obstructing
footpath
traffic.
then.
I mean, possibly.
You mean where the motorized scooters are supposed to drive?
Look,
in
if
the
it's a
first place?
Flintstones car, then it can be on the footpath because you use your feet.
But
As
at
long
the
as
same
you
time,
say the words while
but
you
at the same
go.
time, you said this was at the end of the world, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. Malloy's the one who brought in the police aspect.
Zombie police at the end of the world.
Yeah, I picture police being there at the end. You can never get rid of them.
I mean, even if you're the last man in the world, you have to follow the laws because the police will arrest you.
Yeah, if you don't follow it, who will?
I'm sorry. You got me there. You got me there. I'm
Throwing all this logic at Ryan, he's like, I can't.
so I give this film
a review, right?
a review. I like this bit where it's like, I know it rhymes with anus. Heinous.
So it's the little things, yeah. Mnemonics.
Johnny?
No, mnemonics.
Johnny?
Mnemonics.
Johnny?
Well, it'll be
We
singular. I'm
did-
using plural.
We did that film a while ago.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
We did that film with Keanu Reeves. Just Johnny Mnemonics.
Well, it's just singular mnemonic, though. I was saying plural.
Here's the iconic scene in which he's stuck to a fence.
I'm actually amazed they use real barbed wire for this.
No, it's
Notice
prop
that
barbed
Johnny
wire.
Knoxville doesn't have any.
Yeah, but I mean anything
Oh wait,
that would
don't
actually
you like how
catch.
they start teabagging him? Then that's weird.
Who is this character in this joke?
I don't know.
It's Rip Taylor.
No, it is not.
Because I saw this the first time, like, who is this?
Fuck you, it's Rip Taylor.
It's Rip Taylor.
Who's Rip Taylor?
Are you thinking of Rip Torn?
Yes.
I'm saying Rip Taylor.
Who's Rip Taylor?
He's a flamboyant comedian that likes throwing confetti around, and he appears
But he
once
wasn't
a film
in the
Jackass.
film at all. Oh, was he a Jackass character?
He's like a running gag in Jackass. He's like once
Oh,
a movie.
okay, that makes sense.
Well, see, that's why I don't know. I'm not a Jackass aficionado
Yeah,
like
see?
Bartek.
Yeah, I know.
Yet somehow, Bartek's a little cautious on saying whether or not Johnny Knoxville for sure was the head of the gang.
Well, no, I know he was. I just...
Well, it's not a gang.
Ryan, I
What
said
do you think they are?
A
What do you
group.
Ryan, my thing at the time was that I didn't know his
Comrades.
name, not that I didn't know he was the leader.
Yeah, okay. I give this film a great rating.
Is it Rip Taylor?
I give it a rip or rib?
Rip. Like tear.
Rip Taylor out of Rip Torn. Bartek?
I give this one a Rip Torn out of Rip Taylor.
Oh, and Malloy.
I give it a yeehaw!
Okay, and what did YouTube and IMDb have to say? What did the internet have to say, Bartek?
Was this another case where we're just like not reviewing it? And just...
That was our review.
We did this kind of in...
It's a yeehaw out of America.
from-
what do you
from-
want?
from Paris
That's like
with
as
Love.
America you
That
can
was
get.
a great review. Ripped by Sky Fury. So, Bartek, do you want to give your review?
I'll give a quick one. I think this is a great film. You know, this is just like the main points of every review I ever give. But what can I say? This is a world where people are not appreciating these films, these unappreciated masterpieces, which, you know, if they knew they were unappreciated, maybe they'll follow the status quo and not appreciate it. But we are the ones that come up with the term because we're identifying them as such. So when they have the excuse of, but it's unappreciated, that's our term. You didn't think of that. Watch the films, appreciate them, love them, and give them good ratings and reviews. This is a good film. Do you agree, Ryan?
Yes!
Do you agree, Nathan?
Totally! I love
Wait, his
it.
name's Nathan.
What? No.
I honestly, Malloy is one of these people where it's like you call him by his actual first name, like, who? Nathan. Who the fuck's this Nathan
Who's
guy?
Nathan?
Malloy, please. And if not,
hi.
address his brother, Stephen. But not Nathan.
Nah.
Nathaniel?
Nathani. So, let's hear
Thanos.
from YouTube.
Is that my cross-dressing name? What? Nathaniel!
Wow, that went to a weird place.
It's his cross-dressing voice. Didn't you hear him?
Yes, I heard it. I heard
Respect Nathan.
it. Who?
Nathaniel!
Oh, Nathani.
Nathaniel!
Bartek, internet me, please. You have comments and...
Internet you? We're not talking like Rule 34 you or anything, right?
That's porn, Bartek.
I'm sweating. This is just like that time I just looked up Ryan, Rule 34.
I would love it if we had a Rule 34 of our show.
I mean-
and the rule is they really take the spit part
Oh, no!
of the show. Or the opposite, they really take the Polish part.
Both of them could be equally as bad.
Yeah, they could do the thing like you spit on it and then you polish it.
Yeah, I get it.
Rule 34 is that if you can think of it, it exists, so...
It's true.
Well, I've thought about myself a lot. Do I exist?
Did you draw
Only
it?
if Rule 34 exists, baby. Hit me, Bartek. Ow.
What was that?
Because he hit me.
Oh.
I cleared my throat.
That hurt.
Oh, sorry. I'm the one with the sore throat. I coughed a few times this episode.
Bartek.
Not as much as last
He
episode.
coughed.
Smell cough.
Why does Malloy do a perfect baby cough?
Because he works with kindergarteners.
Does he eat them and then learn
I
their
did a pretty
skills?
good baby voice, you'd be surprised.
Let me hear it. Is that a baby voice or a whimper?
That's what they do when they're born.
Say words.
Words.
Okay, I came now. Bartek?
I'm going to read the IMDb review now. I mean comments from YouTube, not
Oh,
IMDb.
exciting.
Get your facts right, Bartek! I don't like
I spoiled what comes later.
Okay,
Notice that I said plural too.
Oh
so
no,
that's
not
spoiler.
spoils.
let's get the Bartek juice on.
From the YouTube, the first comment is the only one that I've gathered that has responses. I'm just going to check to make sure that's correct. Yes, it is.
I don't like incorrect facts.
Well, good thing I
or
gave you a correct
as
one.
the president calls them, fake news.
We call it Prime Minister in this country.
Yeah, you're right.
The first comment is, Daisy Duke is sexy.
It's a true comment. She was really sexy.
I assume that's the whole review, yeah?
That's the whole
These
comment.
are YouTube comments.
Oh, okay.
The first response is, I agree. I'd fuck her so hard. And they give 2 satisfied-looking emojis.
It's weird because Johnny Knoxville said that one, and that's how he broke his dick.
The next response is, you know she looks like my brother's girlfriend. And then the last response is, heal ye. I think they tried to say hell yeah, but they wrote heal ye.
It was Malloy.
Heal ye.
Looked like my brother's girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
Malloy, does your brother have a girlfriend?
No, he's gay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why I said that, because I'm like, it's funny, because it's not, yeah. You're right, how dare you?
What was that? I'm laughing. I just hear, like, we're like, hear quiet from Malloy, you're gay. He's like this deep throat, I guess. I guess he thinks about that about his brother.
Don't be like that.
I think Malloy's established his brother's a bottom.
Please, let's not talk about ice cream. Let's talk about YouTube comments.
Malloy hit me. That hurt.
I know, the sound was really loud.
Because I said his brother was a bottom and he knows it. Alright, keep going. Although he may be older, he is a bottom.
If this doesn't make you smile, nothing will.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, I'm smiling. I'm smiling big.
That's the YouTube comment. The next one is, how can this video have 0 likes? It should have tons.
I agree.
We're getting a lot of positivity from YouTube this time.
It's weird. You don't usually see it on YouTube.
I hate haters.
By the way, the comment about Daisy Duke is sexy was the top rated comment.
It would be.
All 13 likes make it top.
Alright,
The next comment, I've got 4 left.
Oh, good.
I remember watching this movie as a child. It was my favourite. Smiley face.
I'm glad that somebody had a favourite.
I'm glad that it's a childhood classic for someone.
It was Malloy. He's talking about the toy.
Rum, rum.
My toy. The next comment is, and Ryan, I think you might appreciate this one. I am a black man, and when I...
Well, he's already got the right opinion, so it doesn't matter what I say. It's fine.
Yeah, I am a black man.
I'm a black man, and when I was a kid, I watched the reruns of the Dukes of Hazzard, and I saw the movie too.
Oh, good. I'm glad he factored in.
Wait. So that had nothing to do with his statement.
No,
I was waiting for and as such or because of this.
Yes,
no, you should just know from the implications. But
I mean, what's it in all caps?
No.
I'm a black man. He's not aggressive about it. He's just black about it. So
Pretty good grammar too.
Yeah, very good.
They ended on a full stop.
Oh.
Yeah, a period, as they call it.
This comment.
That comment. That was
All right,
the comment.
the
Imagine
comment
that.
is, I discovered masturbating through this movie. I'm sure that, Ryan, if you were to write this comment, it would have been something more along like sexual awakening, but masturbating.
Look, when I say sexual awakening in the past, I've never actually said I discovered masturbating, because I genuinely can't remember necessarily when I was like, this is it! Like,
This is it. This is my life.
but sexual awakening, sure. Like, but okay, good for them.
Maybe this person like saw between the lines or something.
Say, Malloy, when was what film helped you masturbate as a kid?
Why would we be
Why would it be a film?
Why would it be? Yeah, why would it be?
Why
a
not
film?
a toy?
Vroom vroom.
Generally,
Micro machines.
All right, now this definitely has a Family Guy cutaway gag somewhere in it.
that we just did it.
Yeah, we just edit in me saying.
I just realized how self-derogative it is me saying micro machines while making that analogy. Anyway,
Because micro means small.
Self-deprecating.
I know. I just realized.
He's referencing his small penis, guys.
Well, no, I was referencing.
We got one more YouTube comment.
Give it to me, baby.
Yeah.
Give you my micro machine.
Baby. Yeah.
Thanks for accepting. The comment is, you know they should have gotten John Witherspoon for this movie too, playing as a black Hazzard County neighbor. And then they added emojis of like a weird, tired, suspicious-looking emoji. Who was always annoyed by the Duke boys. Teary laugh emoji. Bang! 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 Teary laugh emoji.
A lot of thoughts were given in that one.
Do you agree?
One of them is children shouldn't have phones, but
I agree with everything.
Yeah.
Could have been a PC or a Mac.
too many emojis for that.
It was good.
Far too many emojis.
Now let's hear
for
from IMDb.
Well, funny that you mentioned that you want to hear from IMDb, because I have 2 IMDb reviews.
Oh, here we go.
I imagine they're both 10 stars.
Yep.
You're half right. Because the first one is...
No, you're right. I don't need to imagine. I know.
Well, it is 10 stars added up.
I mean, if you add the two together, it's 12. So.
That's
pretty good.
That's the film that needs.
Which means that the
Which
first...
means they both gave it 6 out of 5, which is pretty impressive.
Oh, one gave 5, one gave 7.
No. Well, I said you were half right, so... The title of the first one is Once Upon a Time... ... It's from the 12th of November 2008, and the rating is 2 out of 10.
Boo!
So
That's their review, Once Upon a Time. Boo!
So if you know your maths, you know what the next one
Yes, I
rated.
do.
The review goes as such. Once upon a time when I was a child, my family and I would gather around the TV to watch an old TV series called The Dukes of Hazzard. The plots of the show were simple but entertaining. We really felt amazed and intrigued what was going to happen to the Duke family and to the General Lee and whether Boss Hogg and Roscoe would finally catch them. Ah, how beautiful memories of my childhood. 1 year ago, my family and I gathered to see The Dukes of Hazzard, the movie. However, it was not the same. I was not going to trash this movie because I feel a deep respect for the TV show. However, I am going to say this. Yo, Hollywood people, what the fuck is happening to you? Why do you think that by taking an all-time classic and turning into a mediocre postmodern shadow with amateur actors like Jerk who did Jackass, Sean William, what's his name, and Jessica Simpson, and an old fart, Burt Reynolds, people would
I thought they meant Willie Nelson.
people would actually find it likable. Think about it.
I thought about it. You're wrong. It was very likable.
Yeah.
And it goes on to say, no, that was the whole thing.
I gathered.
The next review...
Now, you said to do maths before, but it's very unfortunate because at my school, I stopped doing maths after year 10. So...
Did you go... By year 10, did you learn what 12 minus 2 was?
No.
Well, right.
Because I was in year 10, you see, so...
Oh, that might be a hint.
Year!
Your reaction was oh. Yours
0!
Yours was ooh, but the actual title of this review is wow.
Oh.
All lowercase, wow.
Owen Wilson wrote this up.
It is from the 19th of November 2006. So both these are November reviews.
Wow.
Different years, but November
Spiritual.
reviews. 19th of November 2006, and if you got your maths right, it's 10 out of 10.
Wow, I did it.
Oh, wow, that's the title. Thank
That
you.
was a soft clap from Malloy.
The softest. The review goes as such. This was one of the best movies I have ever seen in my life. Jessica Simpson was so hot in that movie.
She was.
And if you didn't like that movie, you have serious problems. Quote, you ruined the Dukes of Hazzard, end quote. Yeah, right. They made it a whole lot better than those other old crappy ones. Like 1'S.
Take them.
Please. When I watched this movie, I was bowing down to the TV because of Jessica. But that's not the only reason this movie was good. It was full of action and suspense. So if you got a problem with this movie, then you basically have serious problems. You should go see somebody about that. Trust me, if you want to see a really good movie, you have to watch this one.
Okay, Malloy, we get it. You
How
wrote
did
a
you
review
know?
Because it just begged
How did
us
you
to
know?
Bowing down to the TV because of Jessica?
Well, phone, but yeah.
So, you guys at home, thank you very much. You've been
Yeah, it runs a
amazing,
phone.
fantastic, wonderful listening people as always. Malloy or Malloy or Malloy
Or Nathan.
or Nathaniel.
Or was it
Okay,
what was it, Nathani?
Nathani.
Nathani.
Or Stephen, who knows? It could be Stephen.
With a PH or V?
With that slap, it felt very like a Stephen. But, you've been great as always. Third time's the charm, as they say.
He was very charming.
He told us all about toys. So, thank you very
Toys,
much.
wonderful toys.
Bartek, or Born... What was it? Born... Ready?
Friend.
Born Friend, sorry. I should know this, but I just
So
call
should
you by
I.
your nickname. And Ryan, you've been great hosts. Thank you. If you want to support us, like us on the social media. We're on Facebook. You're on Twitter. We're, Spit and Polish Presents on Facebook and Spit.
We're on YouTube. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, that Spanish one.
The Spanish one, all of them.
I'm intrigued. What's the Spanish one?
We don't know.
I don't speak Spanish.
Ah.
So... help us out.
It doesn't have the first 24 episodes though.
Help us out. Give us a rating or a review on iTunes. That's always something that's helpful. I imagine Malloy's already done that. Yeah, he's always on the ball.
Yeah.
He said, I'm the greatest on it. Listen to these episodes and list every episode that he's not on.
Yeah, I have to update the review every time I go on there.
So you guys have been fantastic, amazing, wonderful listening people. As always, remember to be kind to each other. Until next time.
Have a wonderful day.
Or night.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.